We just some country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the hood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere, drink myself out on my chair. Real country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair, and there's a reason we're there. Real country cruising with Hank Williams influence, homie. Country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Born country, hit from the sticks, no lying, you can trust me. I grew up on the dirt roads, riding in the front seat, up there with the groceries, holding up elk sheds like they was trophies. Now we getting stuck, living in this day to day. I know that you've been working and you wanna get away. I've been working all week, I need help relaxing, riding in that smoky truck with the seatbelts fastened. It's like, oh, and you gon' wanna stand when we hit the sand, working on your tan. You gon' think that I planned it. Arms out like the redneck Titanic, traveling high speeds cause the sands demand it. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. Do what you love in life. We got glasses up cause we toasting, we got lighters out and we smoking, sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need. We got glasses up cause we're toasting, we got lighters out and we smoking, sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need much. Cause we just country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows, smoking wood, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere, drink myself out on my chair. Real country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair, there's a reason we're there. Real country cruising with Hank Williams influence, baby. Country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods. We just some country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the hood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere, drink myself out on my chair. Real country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair, and there's a reason we're there. Real country cruising with Hank Williams influence, homie. Country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Born country, hit from the sticks, no lying, you can trust me. I grew up on the dirt roads, riding in the front seat, up there with the groceries, holding up elk sheds like they was trophies. Now we getting stuck, living in this day to day. I know that you've been working and you wanna get away. I've been working all week, I need help relaxing, riding in that smoky truck with the seatbelts fastened. It's like, oh, and you gon' wanna stand when we hit the sand, working on your tan. You gon' think that I planned it. Arms out like the redneck Titanic, traveling high speeds cause the sands demand it. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. Do what you love in life. We got glasses up cause we toasting, we got lighters out and we smoking, sitting around picking pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods, cause I don't need much. Glasses up, cause we're toasting. We got lighters out and we're smoking. Sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods, cause I don't need much. Cause we just country boys on them motor roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows, smoking wood, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere, drink myself out of my chair. We're country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. And that again is my buddy. Oh, hold on. Jacob Lyle. Jacob Lyle Music. He is an amazing artist. He's one of my buddies I grew up with and played football with, and we're from the same dinky small town. Which is why I love that song especially. I mean, like, and those are mountains that we grew up under. You could see that every day when you wake up. Mountains, horses, like antelope, deer, and a lot of nothing. Like, we were up in the mountains. Like, there's no shopping malls. There's no. Actually, wait. I gotta make sure. I mean, I see that I'm talking. I'm unmuted. Always gotta do that sanity check. So let's go into that and then say, and to hear it. Do I hear it? Wait, is this muted? See, already I don't hear it. Oh, now there it is. All right. Anyways, sorry again. Also about the scattered uh, schedule. I have not done a Sunday night like I've been planning for the last two. I think I've been back stateside for a couple weeks now, and yeah. So apologies. I see. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out. Also, gotta make sure. Okay, nothing in the background. You always got to be cautious of like what you're showing. Open source intelligence. Hmm. But yeah, a lot been going on. I've been doing a lot off camera, and I'm actually probably going to switch to um, uh, gaming here in a bit. But I wanted to get on here and, like the title says, do a little bit of web dev. I started adding a to-do list to my GitHub website. I did want to add some to. Oh shoot, that's right. Mm, I have errors, and I need to see. This is the danger of like when I was just adding a bunch of stuff willy nilly. It cannot run it because. And if you look at the logs, so there's an error somewhere in here. Just says it broke. It's done broke. So, and I'm not even sure why that would be. Like, so it shows in the welcome. So it could be the code link. So this is what test.py. Oh, so for that I would actually have to see the file hierarchy. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll open up a new one and go to. So that's the website. We need to go to the specific playground. So first I want to figure that out. My main goal of this was to add a uh, appreciation and respect page, including a memoriam. I started to do that on the Minecraft one the other day, but it is important. I mean, to show respect to the people that came before you, and especially the ones that can't do anything. That's why I do a lot of this stuff. So actually, wait, before we even get into that, because that's a whole rabbit hole, we'll do that, because this is CodinGame. I'm actually like piggybacking off of CodinGame's website. They have so many awesome tools. This is just one. The other one is if you put the name in the stream title, it's featured on the website. So I'll get coders here. And we might do a couple clashes. Like, I mean, that's what like a lot of them really like to see and do because they can participate, and that's like, and I get it. Like, it's an interactive thing. It's fun. Although I gotta do some configuration. Like already, the chat. I haven't set up the chat. We need to go. And then, oh wait, I was already here. If I go here and then I go into it and then I mute it, because then there's going to be some echo. Hold on. Oh, I'm in a window, a mirror. Okay, it is muted. It came in muted. Gotta pop this out, shrink it down. Don't shrink it by the X window. Ugh, you see why I didn't stream on Sunday. I was even more busy. Alright, there we go. And then we'll do this one like so. Put this here. You see my desktop a little bit there. That's okay. Anyone hacking me at this point, you gotta be an idiot. I mean, because I have so many feds watching me all the time. Like, just don't do it. Like, they're gonna see you right away and they'll put a file on you. And I will not be sorry. I will not care. Oh, no, don't fill. Don't fill. No, no fill. Fill, no fill. That's close. And then when we click this one over, yeah, no, that's not quite. Or that one can be. Yeah, we all know that the chat hasn't been spot on, but I do like to have this so it's persistent. You can see what's being said and all that. Because yeah, these all go over to the YouTube, and most likely that's where you're watching this. So. Anywho, yes, we'll fix this, but more importantly, I mean that's important too. I'm not trying to say wrong because like, in fact, we'll even see what I'm talking about. And I feel so bad because like, I like how I put the drug disclaimer on these videos. I do that on my XApp too. I kind of like do a bunch of ridiculous stuff. Um, wait, really? Seriously? I mean, we might have to. Like, we're gonna get distracted, but about a month ago, 5? I don't know if this is real. Let's see. Is it? Sometimes with CodinGame, yeah, there's a lot of people following me and stuff. And this is all public information anyway. Like it's broadcast. So this is OSIT, which is all right. Yeah, we'll mark all as rare. Now I like keeping them here because then you can see. Like these are bots or like fake accounts. Like they followed you and then they gave up or they got removed or something. And even then, although I don't want to say that with all of them. I think some of these are real. Like if they have a picture, chances are they're a real person. But come on. I do have to go in this and then. Oh, I see. They are currently clashing. Okay, we'll get into this. We'll do a clash, but while we're doing that, let's see. That kind of blocks up the memoriam we could really do that pretty quickly. So let's edit the index, then add even at the beginning like uh kind of I was also thinking about something like why do I do this? Doing because they are. I mean, I'm not the only one out here doing this by far. I mean, my gosh, like, and I'm also not the best to do it. Like, and that's obvious when we do the clashes. Like, as we'll see here. Although, am I gonna hear the alerts? Did I turn that off for this? I know it gives me like a heart attack every time. It's just like bang, bang, bang. But anyways, so for that, and that's also like the golden rule. Like, I mean, whether you buy into Christianity or not. I mean, personally, I'm Arianistic, where I just think Jesus was a prophet. But I mean, there's some wise words there, and like the golden rule. Like, I don't want to get too biblical in this part because that's a real off-putting thing, and because of, and actually, I brought books, visual aids. So we've got this, Mary Magdalene Revealed. I think I've shown that before. And again, I'm not super religious, but like it's been used to control and oppress people in essence. It was completely perverting what Jesus taught, and it's ridiculous. And I do a lot of political debates, and we'll add stuff like that. Okay. But anyways, let's get on with it. So importance of mental health. So that should just be the first otherwise, and then what's in here? We've got mental. Okay, so that's that. Oh, and it's a div too. Okay, I was getting all fancy with it. So that's its own division, and I should have that on every section. So that way, when I do start like fixing up, because this is what it looks like now. Like so, that's what it looks like. You can change these. I'm not gonna go into. Well, I mean the others are pretty standard. I mean you just don't want to hit El Fuego. I like pistachio and citrusine. Might have seemed creepy, but that's another Twitch streamer that I have actually ever featured on my channel, and you always got to see like how would this come off if it was done to me. And so I just said, I like your stream. I did a tribute like CSS theme. That's it. I left it at that, and it is. I mean, it's a color coded thing based on. I don't want anything out of it. I just thought it was neat, and it was like, and when you're building things in computer science, like there's a lot of time. Oh, did I get in it? I mean, there's the ding, but I didn't hear the ding when the clash finished. So I'm clashing if that. And actually, I didn't check to see. Okay, so I am on there. I am clashing, but and usually I do that because like if I see somebody else here, like I generally won't stream or I won't include CodinGame. I'll stream, but I'll take the CodinGame out and just do something else. But let's go ahead and while we do that, let's get in there. So favorite content. That's even before that. Do a div, and then we'll do h1. Um, um, I saw because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Quote in other page, in subpage. There we go. Just leaving it like that for now. Committing, adding a. Oh wait, actually, let's go into. See, that's gonna jump down real quick, and then we're gonna be bam into that. But and this is stuff that I can do outside of here. I just wanted to make sure that I highlighted do it. Oh no, we'll do it in here because now I got like the three things going on. I think that's what it is. I think the file path is just incorrect on this part. And then once I fix that up, it should, because it's having issues finding the code or something about that. I don't know. And this is what was happening in my other playground. But yeah, see now it does a thing. Let's actually duplicate that. We'll open up the, because for the longest time, and I even had like a bug bounty, like no prize to it. There were no takers, but all right, let's see what we got to do here. Alright, so fastest. You and your friend Steven go to the gym for a while. Now to become more efficient, you decide to track your progress in your own app. Different exercises combine weights differently to get the total weight you really move in an exercise. Okay, so I did go to the gym today. Exercise type to bench press, adding weight plus 20. Leg press, added weight plus 47. Planks, added weight plus body weight. Oof, planks are rough, especially if you're chubby like me. So. Do not forget to multiply result by the amount of repetitions. Caution, repetitions on planks are counted as seconds, and so they do not influence the volume of weight, so do not multiply in that case. I'm a little confused with that. So we get them in, we got what? The body weight, the repetition, the exercise type. Oh, so it's for each one, it's an individual lift. It's not, so you have your body weight, the amount of reps, the exercise type, and the added weights. Actual weight and total. B is going to be less than A. So the body weight is always going to be less than or greater to the actual weight in total? Less than or equal to, okay. And the added weights is always going to be less than or equal to the. I mean, yeah, you're just finding the total weight. I don't know. I'm a little confused with that, but okay. So that doesn't really matter. So we've got body weight, repetition. So if wait, see, yeah, you can see. So if E equals planks, um, print body weight is just W. Else, so that's the catch-all basically. Print. Then we just need repetition times weights added. No, it's going to be an if else because we got to do 20 and 47. Okay, so so before that else we have to have an elif E equals bench press. I used to have a 300-pound bench max. It's at 280 for the longest time. Got the 3. Anyways. That's 1 rep though. Wait, so elif bench press added weight 20. Bench press. 20. Else print R times 47. No, I was wondering about the plank thing, so it's like, wait, let's try. Nope, nothing. Actually, wait, what are we even? How can I see just the 2? There we go. Found 4,700, expected 70. So, wait. It's planks P. Alright, so that's the first thing. So, there, alright. Oh, added weight. Wait, what's added weight? Hold on. I think I'm missing that part. You and your friends can go to the gym for a while, now to become more efficient, you make that different exercise. What's added weight? W. Oh. But what's body weight? Oh. Oh, whoops. Hit the caps lock. Alright. There we go. Oh, some juicy chest. Oh, because it's added weight with everything. Oh my gosh. Oh, weight plus. Wow, I'm really struggling with this. Plus. Wait, what? Multiply the result by the amount of repetitions. So that's like the whole thing. Wait, now this has gotten just way more confusing. Alright, so multiply result by the amount of repetitions. So it's the result, so I'm doing the math wrong. So what I need to do is added weight plus that, so it is, okay. So basically I need to change the parentheses. So that's okay, and then plus 20. I don't know if this is even how you're supposed to do it. Or wait, times. We could just do math straight like this. Okay, yeah. All right, so that's what it is, and then it's W. I love Python. You could just spit on a page and it's correct. Like if you were doing this in Java, oh my gosh. 47 uh, times R, and then just delete everything else except that. There we go. Bada bing. All right, we're last, but two of the bots gave up, and I don't know, that might actually be a real person. Um, oh wait, no, this might be a real person too. Uh, but that picture I've seen is used by a bot, so like it depends. It depends on the name. I don't know, but like I see, I don't know. Play all test cases, submit. So we actually didn't. I didn't see that other person in there that. Um, let's see, that Python. Yeah, that's about. Although, wait a minute. They use parentheses there, but not there. That's interesting. So, could that be a real person, or did they program the bot to intentionally write code? And the other thing is like the bots can be programmed of just outputting the same input as like another user. Yeah, sorry, didn't have a great day. I had an okay day, but I got a lot done. All the bots are level 7. Okay. Oh wait, does that mean? No, yeah. Oops. There we go. I can just hover. Interesting. Dang. So they could have just programmed that bot to be that. So, oh wait, are you the? No, Doxlo. I don't know if that's you, but we were trying to jump into a match with them because they added me. I'll do one more. I really struggled on that one, but I finally figured it out. It's like it was actually very straightforward and simple if I just slowed down and read it, but that's the question there. So, and actually, the focus was this. So, and that quote, I saw what I saw because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Yeah, and that was Aristotle. Not right now. Um, Isaac Newton. So I knew it was someone famous and someone random that like saw what I saw because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Is a variation of a quote by Sir Isaac Newton. Okay. Paraphrasing Bernard of Chartres, a 12th century philosopher who said, "We are like dwarfs sitting on the shoulders of giants. We see more in things that are more distant than they did not because our sight is superior or because we are taller than they, but because they raise us up and by the greatest stature add to ours." Yeah, that's about the gist of it. Like, I mean, we see as far as we do, and we do what we do because of everyone that did stuff before us. And now we're doing things very quickly. Like I'm randomly going to jump into a challenge doing code that would normally take crazy amounts of time. A book, you'd have to read a book all the time. Like now you can just read digital stuff. You can see it, play with it. Like, oh, and before the internet, yeah, just books, manuals too. My gosh. So, anyways, hmm. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it looks like the name, and usually when people come here, it's because I'm on the thing. So figure you're affiliated with CodinGame somehow. Well, actually, yeah, I wasn't doing that. I was doing some playground work. We were trying to debug this, but I'll do this real quick. Let's see, Terry loves candies. He just got a new batch of candies and he's wondering about how he should eat them. Terry is trying to eat those candies and he can put up to K candies in his mouth at once. What is the fastest way for Terry to eat his candies? What does Terry have? Diabetes. For example, so let's say Terry wants to eat 7 candies that he can put in his mouth up to 3 candies. The fastest way for him to eat those candies is to eat three, and then 1 candies. Yeah, so this is like uh, hashing. Like you cut it I haven't done this in forever, but so the size of the container is how many you can have. So the as much as you can put in his mouth, you modulo it out, and you divide it, and then you add one for if there's a modulo, right? I think that's what we're gonna do. So input two integers separated by a space, the number of candies and the size of the mouth, so the size of the container, and the total that you're trying to build to. The fastest way for Terry to use candies, single line. So the numbers of candy that Terry puts in his mouth at each step. So A equal wow, whatever. A equals n divided, and that's double division to make it the integer, I think, by k. It's the size of the mouth, I believe. Yeah, number of candies to build to. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So we're going to build to that, and then plus if n modulo k equals no, does not equal 0, a equals a plus 1. So that means that there's a remainder. We're just going to make it one more go around. He has to take one more mouthful of candy, even though it's not a full mouth. Pranay. Oh, couldn't get all of it. Oh, found two. Oh, so what this is. Wait a minute. A single line of integers should be plural, separated by spaces. Possibility, i.e., the numbers of candy that Terry puts in his mouth at each step. Okay, so this one, it is 2, so we'd have to put. Ah. Um. Stir. Is it stir char? Char of K times A. No, that's not going to work because that's going to put them all in one single thingamabob. And it's chur, isn't it? There we go. So chur that. Out equals for range A out. So I guess there could be a couple ways to do it. You could either do a list or you could do an array, or not an array. That is a list. The string. I was gonna do the string builder and then yeah equals out plus. I don't know if that works all that clean. K, yeah, it's the size. Then see, it's already Python for loop range. Oh, I in range. Okay, I'm missing the iterator. Jeez, you can tell it's been a while since I've done really coding of anything. I in range that out equals out plus that. What's this? Yeah, so you can't add them together. So what it is you concat. And really, just going down that whole road, we could actually just do a different route. I'm going to leave that out list equals empty list, and then out list append k, and then out equals out list dot join. Yeah, Python join. So it joins a list and makes it Separate string. So a space. So it'll have to be like quote space quote. It's at the beginning. Dot join outlist. Print out and then oof. Broke that. Oh, type error. Sequence item 20. Iterable of strings? Oh. Oh. What was that? Everybody else finished. That's okay. We got 8 minutes. All right. So in order to do that, we need to do char of that. So it's a string. All right. Well, that's what? Where is it getting a slash? What are you doing? All right. I mean, what? That is so wild. And it's just doing a. I mean, oh. Yes. Um. And then it's pop. I mean, we still haven't fixed the other thing. We'll do this. Python list pop. Pop index, or if it's just pop, it removes the last cool. So we gotta pop it and then append it. So outlist dot pop. Whoop. No. Then outlist dot append n modulo k. I believe. Odd is not defined. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I need to declare it outside of a conditional because it might not hit it. So odd equals nah. Okay. It's still getting. Well, I mean, it's still, of course, because I haven't done it. All right. Wow, we were just butchering this. All right. So the first one, the second one works. The third one, no. So it's not hitting that. Oh my gosh, why is it? Like, it would make more sense if it's a forward slash because I'm actually typing forward. Like, I haven't typed any. Hold on, I need to look at this, like the whole. How? Oh, you know what? I think that's why. No? Oh, I mean, that just takes away the space. Okay, you need the space. Oh, oops. Forgot which language I'm doing. Okay. Print outlist. We're just going to ignore this. So it's just the one. Okay, so it's something with doing the char of k. I think I know how to do that. Cast int to char Python. See, that's even weirder because if it was just doing that, it would only get the slash, but it was getting the two as well. So comment this back out. This isn't going to change anything because I didn't change anything to this. It's going to get the same. Well, let's do that. Print the out list. Oh, oh, I think string. Actually, yeah, string. That's what it is. I was trying to do the individual, which okay, string. Yeah. All right, that makes more sense. Stir. Okay. That. That. Oh, 6, 7, 6, 7. That's hilarious. All right, we got that one. We got that one. So we got partials, but it's still failing the very end part, and that could be for a few reasons. Like, so, so it's like it's still getting, or it's like this isn't either this isn't happening, or it's getting overwritten to not this. In fact, let's even just do 0, 1, 1. Let's just take the complication out there. So it's not triggering. Or if it is, I'm not doing that correctly. So let's just print triggered. Yeah, we are going to go the full 15 minutes. So triggered. So it does make it in there. So the pop doesn't. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I see it now. It's so obvious. I got to take this thing. And actually, sorry. Okay, good. You weren't talking, but I wouldn't know if you were. Let's see. I got to put this at the very end. Jeez. Makes so much sense now. Because you're doing it, then oh wait, I'm changing some more things, but you set it up here and then you're printing it out. All right. Okay, so it still is an issue with this. All right, so oh, we got to take that back out. No, line 30. No, it's still not working. 30 seconds. Nothing. How did taking it away from there? I mean, yeah, yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, we'll still change it or share it. 25. C++. Nobody that did it in Python. Let's see how they did it in C++. It's been a while since I've done. Yeah, see, that's not what I would do. It's all like compact. I mean, it's great. Like, it's like too clean for what I would do. I'd have it like way out in space and be like, well, basically what I did, but I do like C++ because you're like throwing them this way and then throwing them that way. Like there's the double direction. I don't know. I always thought that was interesting rather than saying like in and out. It's got like the double dashes. So let's see. So I think we missed out on that. That's okay. I do want to go back and try to fix this. So, and I'll do this later on my own time. Like, I mean, this is a coding game stream. I shall do it right and do coding game stuff. So I think it has an issue. I mean, the big red box kind of tells me that it has an issue here. Let's see. Actually, where are we at on? Okay. Well, we'll see how I feel. I might like take a break at an hour, do a 2 hour thing. We'll see. So, but anyways, what I was doing with this one. So I was going to playgrounds. Yeah, I have a lot that I need to. I don't need to do any of it. I mean, beginner Python, that's up to 53,000. That's so crazy. Although a lot of that is bots, I feel like, unfortunately. What happened here? I swear it did not have an error. Yikes. No, wait, is there. Jeez, that's embarrassing. So it's a timeout. So it's almost like it's trying to do something that doesn't. I was so excited. I was just gonna say like, "Oh, look, it doesn't have any problems," but uh, example algorithms. This. Are you kidding me? Let's try this one. This is the rot n. Yeah, I even did a bunch of them to show the complete cycle of all the alphabetical values. All right, so that works. It had red X's on just about everything. It was so much red. Let's see here. Was it on two? Yep, two had problems. All right, wait, but does now example algorithms does not. Do I need to go through and refresh everyone? I will. Oh, wait. Let's reset it. Reset the code. Okay. Let's just go through and do that with all of them. Let's reset the code. And this is where I did examples of all the things. It looks, it works. Okay, now. I hope that's all it is. That'd be so cool. But it's not. So something I did broke it somewhere. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still pretty impressed that it has, what, 53,000 views. Even though, yeah. And it, hmm. Okay. The reason I say that is because I was using it in some debates and discussions to like show people, and I was like spreading it around, like, "Hey, check out this guide on XApp." And I think there were a lot of bots, and I think that was actually part of why I hate to say it. Like, I mean, that, maybe it was. I like to think it wasn't just me. I think it was other things, but like because I was saying, "Hey, look at this. I'm not an idiot," or "I built this," or "Hey, if you're trying to learn Python, use this." Like, I mean, it's basically a couple of reasons I would share it on XApp, and I think a bunch of bots came from there because I saw the numbers go up. I'm like, whoa! And then actually, I stopped posting it for that reason because I was like, this seems like cheating. So, and then I noticed that like, looks like Crab is like they had that thing like error. Anyways, so I'm actually at a loss for words with this. It didn't. It's a timeout. So I wonder if just one of the. So I want to see if something I ran. I'll just go through and run every single one. I feel like there's an endless loop going on somewhere, and once I find it, then I can disable it at least, if not fix it, but at least cut out the rot and heal the rot if possible. Or just fix it. I mean, if it's fixable, if it's a real something. I don't mean to be all dramatic like that. Like, there's just something that ain't right here. I mean, and then if it's not this stuff, it could be the markup language, which I don't know how it's. I mean, so I'd have to go through and look at each file and make sure I don't have some weird syntax thing going on. So that goes all the way to 100 or 99. Try me. Is that a challenge? Let's see. Oh, no. What am I even doing here? Multiplication. Oh, it's loops. Yeah. So as you do it, and wait, this is also. This is very similar to recursion, but not. So recursion is where you call the same function until a base case. This is just loop. So yeah, never mind. This isn't even. In fact, wait. I think did I do recursion? Hold on. It's the next one. Okay. So yeah, recursion. There you go. Wait, what? Okay. Jeez. I was like, this is not any recursion I've ever seen. The string just equals something. And it was the colon negative one, so it just pulled the last char in the string. All right, this is recursion. So you have a function, recurse this, and I'm calling recurse this. Okay. There we go. Cool. So I did leave it in there to show there's a string that says print this is the base case just to prove that it did something and it broke it down and it kept hitting the else, hitting the else, hitting the else. But then once it was one and you keep deprecating or not deprecating, reducing n by one. Deprecation is like, we no longer have this. We've like got this new version, whatever. But so we've got that. You're reducing it by one. And then once it hits one, it's the base case, and then it no longer calls the function. Otherwise, you get an infinite loop, and that's what I was thinking we've got going on here. Although I wonder, because I'm just. So this is like code that anybody can change. So if somebody made an infinite loop in one of these things, and it's crashing the containers that I'm. Like, I almost need like a refresh, like. Well, I'm refreshing the code, I guess, so. Let's do all of it. So refresh, reset the code. But see, oh, and then this is, yeah, this is the painful, tedious way of to see what's going on in loop logic. And it works. It's either incrementing uppercase or, oh wait, no, it's just checking out how many uppercase letters there are. So it's like, is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Which is what a loop is doing, basically. You're saying do this many times and only change this in each time you say this. So like the thing that we're changing here is I would make this a variable, whatever this index is, the 0, the 1, the 2, the 3, and you would just make that, you just put the I there and you'd increment the I, or usually, I mean, you could do anything you want. You could say duck and then make sure the duck is in each one. Or well, it would be because you'd only be typing it the one time. Hence why loops are so well basically required. And oh, and this one didn't even have a red thing. Well, we got a green anyway, just to be sure. Actually, I'll reset the code anyway. Oh man, this guide has so much stuff in it. Yeah, you're not having an issue, but I'm gonna reset that. Make sure you get green. Just be sure zero trust with the development, and that's really how you should do everything. Like coding. I mean, it'd be better if I was doing this for a job. Like I would like make like a program to test it, unit test things. If I was really doing like software development, there'd be a lot of things. But this is good too. Just like going through and making sure every single thing is functioning as expected. I guess this is how I test with this setup, this environment, this product, this code, which is just free code. All right, example algorithms. Raw 13, here it is. Get reset code to get the original code example back. Okay. We just tested this. It should be green. I didn't change anything between when I went here first. This is raw n, so a variable measurement of encryption and then decryption, but it still has to be, it's still a one-to-one. Like if you encrypt it, you can decrypt it using the same index. Oh wait, what is this? Raw n. Why do I only have the 4? Wait, what? What is this? Okay, it is. All right, yeah. Did I write that? I mean, I think I figured out where the problem is, but oh yeah, there's not a comma there. Uh, wait, what? Oh, that's one of the people I'm following. I was like, is that a raid? What's going on there? All right, now. All right, so I got to fix that. So, wait, if I reset this code, yeah, okay, found it. All right, so we go in here, we go to here, and we go to. Also, that's so cool. I actually have a history, like, and this is mostly web dev. This isn't really like the complex stuff. Like, I mean, this is kind of complex. What we're getting into now. This is the Python that I advertise that I usually do on this stuff, but gotta go into the repos here. Gotta remember which one's the Python. So thankfully it does. Oh, I got some Docker stuff. That's not mine though. And that's the thing is I need to reverse engineer this because like it's super awesome. It works. I've run it and it does as expected, but I didn't make any part of it. So and it's just something about like I don't feel right, you know, claiming that. I mean, because it's not right. Let's see. Already, I don't think this is it. Well, web server MD. Never mind. No. So this is the web server. Oops. It's this one. Hubigubus. Oh wait, what? I wasn't aware we were still clashing. Oh well. So now we found that, got that. What we're looking for is oh. So this is an example algorithms, and it's a couple files down. So that might actually be better. So example algorithms, edit, and then Message dictionary, I think was what. Say you want to cut down the time taken with repetitive messages. Yeah, so that's like the game character. I do kind of remember making that now. Um, that's so cheesy. Hasta la vista, baby. That's back in like not Duke Nukem. Was it Duke Nukem? It's Terminator, but then there's Duke Nukem and anyways. Uh, so I go to message dictionary under Pi files. Yeah, those are just the markdown language or markdown files. So then we go into Pi files, message dictionary, add a comma. All that because there isn't a comma right here. All right, there we go. Commit changes. Added a frickin' comma. Hopefully, this fixes the build status of this playground. As is, this error is keeping the whole project from compiling. Which is impressive, but crazy at the same time. Like, I would expect it to fail in that window, but like the entire project, that's. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I don't go to the CodinGame Discord a lot. Let's see. Interesting. I need to spend some more time in there. Do they talk about me in there? Just kidding. Uh, let's see. Uh, yeah, I'd have to. That's okay, but I trust you. Oh, and to see if that fixed it, we gotta do that. We gotta do a compile. There we go. Cool. Although that still bothers me. Although I do want to look it up. You said it's in the Discord, Timinator, same playground error. Yeah, 'cause I guess that's probably the easiest way to know if people are talking about me or if they're like angry about me specifically having. Although I feel like they would tag me if they were talking about me, but that might not be the thing. Let's see. Bug report. Timinator. Huh? Oops. How far back do these go? Although actually I could just do this. Oh, and Citrusines on. Nice. Okay, but if I go in here, can I click the chat? If I go into the chat, yeah, there we go. Now we're thinking with all cylinders. So I can copy that. Oh wait, no. Oh, I can't click the link from in here. I have Twitch drops too. That's interesting. All right, that's okay. We got this. Um, bada bing. No, no, it's still. Hmm. Yeah. Well, either way, I'll take your word for it. Let's see. But I think that's it. I mean, it was able to publish and. I mean, I still don't like that. So I got that figured out. Let's go ahead and run through. Well, I'll publish it. Might as well. I mean, it was already broken. Published with a broken one. So now, I don't know how fast it updates. I'm glad that's all it was though. Like not some really complex like logic bug. Like it was just a typo. I mean, yeah. So it's got the real one now. Cool. That was pretty instant. So, um, wow. I don't remember this part either. You can also add the complex. This must have been one of the near the end of one of the streams. I'm getting a little hazy. All right. Which speaking of which, yeah, let's go a little longer. We'll do like another hour or so. I want to take a break ski, but let's see, an hour break ski. Um, cool. Well, that's exciting because I actually have been directing a couple people to this site to learn, and that was the whole point of this. I didn't mean for. I mean, where is it? If you do it the big way, you can see yeah, 53,000. That's insane. Oh yeah, yeah. You can see all the stuff on my desktop. Ah, no, thank you, Windows. You broke everything. Just kidding. All right. Does that work? No. There we go. Cool. I appreciate that. I'm just not together enough. Oh no, what is that? What did I do? I clicked over here or something. Okay, I think I did that. Fun story. Oh, actually, that is one thing I wanted to do while we're even in here. So now we got that. Let's actually go to the other ones. I wanted to update because I saw a couple of cyber attacks that I wanted to add to my list here. So cybersecurity best practices and threat examples. Um, I just saw another one. Well, let's see. I saw another two. Come on, come on. Seen in the wild. I'm not even welcoming to the correct thing. Best practices and threat examples. And threat examples. Oh, see now I'm gonna need to. Hmm. I guess I don't need to have to save after every single one because I was actually. I should say. Uh, Brief guide to a list of cybersecurity best practices and examples of threats seen in the wild. Will continue to add to this list as I encounter new threats and attacks. And I will, because I'm going to do it now. All right, now I don't care. We're going to go to the next one because there's a couple really interesting ones and something that I think that we really need to highlight as a society. I don't want to lose that thread. So here, and let's actually add the to do over here. Let's edit that, and then to do. What is today? The 13th. It was National Indigenous Peoples Day yesterday. I'm just kidding. A lot of people are really torn between Columbus and National, and we're gonna get into that too at some point. But today is the 14th. Okay. What I need to do is add. This doesn't. Oops. I only did one space. Interesting. Okay. So one space. Add section on community awareness. It's like insurance. Communal combating of scams, fraud, and otherwise bad things. because that's what it is. Like, I mean, and I think a lot of the world's problems could be fixed if people just talked a little more, if they weren't so secretive of like, this is what my insurance costs, and this is like, it's such a game. And same with like doing good deeds. Like, you're not supposed to brag about doing good deeds. Well, how do you know anything's getting done? You know, like, you shouldn't brag. That's true. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I picked up this piece of trash. Did you see me? Did you see me pick up that piece of trash? No, you should just do good deeds, and people will see you pick up that trash or do the right thing. Or I was a little confused about one thing to do, and you also need to know your boundaries and your place too. So you need to know if somebody would A, want your help, B, even appreciate your help, or C, I guess those aren't really the direct options, but they might take it the wrong way or they might be offended. And I actually did that with this new place that I moved into. I shoveled my neighbor's walk, and like the lady yelled out thank you, and it was literally like just like two little sections, like it wasn't like a whole sidewalk, but I shoveled it, you know. It was just kind of like just being nice, hi, I'm new to the neighborhood. And I ended up making it awkward, and then they shoveled. What was that noise? But then they shoveled my sidewalk as a thank you back, and so then it's just kind of like, maybe, you know. So anyways, but this I think we can all agree on. Um so let's see, seen in the wild, and the next one, yeah, OnlyFans, LinkedIn, XApp, phone call. I actually fell for that. It's a painful one. I mean, I didn't fall for it, but I definitely divulged my personal information. And they like called. They're like, "Hey, we've got student loan forgiveness or debt consolidation or stuff like that." And they started asking me all these questions, and I was going along with it. Then I started thinking, I was like, "Wait, don't you already have all this?" Like, that's when I realized it wasn't from my school, from my loan agency, the government, or any, because it's federal student loans, so it'd be the government, and like none of that. So I fell for it. And I don't know how much information I gave them. I hope it's not a big deal. Like, and that's the best that any of us can do, really. I mean, like, and with LinkedIn, so that I have that, but then also, yeah. So I say it here because there was a leak. Yep. The reason I think they got my phone number and possibly email is the LinkedIn data breach, and I added the LinkedIn data breach, and I do those triple quotes. I need to maybe fix that to where it, let's see, Facebook and LinkedIn. I have to click it to like set it as the new. Wait, see if that does it. Yeah, so I do the triple quotes to separate large chunks of text, and I do this in my debates on XApp as well, which I'm very not proud of, and I hope that doesn't really get too muddied up with this. But I'm basically doing all this ugly debating, discussing, and arguing, and really, it's guerrilla debating because I'll say like something really outlandish or something really just very bold and just upset a lot of people, and then they'll like angry at me that I've been called a race traitor, like, you know, like just like all sorts of bad things. And like, which was actually funny because I was setting up my I registered with Lamar's, so there's some open source intelligence from anybody watching these videos. But and my number had 88 in it, and not to make light of like the Aryan Nation, but 88 is like a dog whistle for white supremacy, and it's just like, I was like, sure, great, that's that has to be one of my activation numbers. It's only part of it, but that's the funny thing, is it like, you know, so I'm not giving away my donut information online. So so that's cool. But the one that I saw today, or the other day actually, Um, steal your login. So that's a general concept, and that's very serious. And that's actually what, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I opened that up, it had a login page for Discord, and like, what if I were an attacker? That's exactly what I would do. Is I would paste a link, have like Discord with like one slight typo, but even as I'm looking at this, it doesn't look like there's a typo. It looks legit and all that. And like, if you were to log into that, but that is something to be mindful of. Like if you got and that's why I ended up just trying to go and find it myself, and now I'm getting distracted with my 4 email addresses and all these other things I got going on. Um, that is one potential attack. Not saying he tried to attack. I don't think he did. I think that looks real. That's why I clicked it. But if you could tell if it's like there's typo in there, and plus this goes to the channels if you know that that's good, and then like, but that would be a great way to steal someone's information. The thing is, I don't even have my login information memorized, so I couldn't enter it in to fall for a scam like that, even if it was. But and I know it's not. Like, just saying, that's a great example for in a teachable moment. So I almost did that for Facebook actually, and that is a very real thing. So I've had like two Facebook things. Did I say it? My grandma friended me with a different one, yeah, and then my relative was kidnapped. And so this is just a generic one, like, um, yeah, and you need to tighten the visibility of your friends list. As much as I hate this, because like I used to creep on an ex, and like, and I hated it because like the friend list visibility was removed, but that's a good thing. And like, and I needed to move on anyway, and I did. But like, and a lot of people they struggle with that, and it's like borderline stalking too. And it's like, and I feel like we need to be better as a society for like to not encourage the overly creepy, because that used to be a thing. Is like if at first you don't succeed, try again. As far as like relationships, and it got to the point where like you'd hear these outlandish stories like, "Oh, I basically kidnapped your mother, and that's how we fall in love." And like, that's not a healthy basis for a family. Like, you're basically like showing them the implication, like Dennis says on. Anyways, we didn't get to the thing, so I need to expand on student loan forgiveness. But let's do this one. Because this is a car insurance clickbait ads, car insurance. So already, well, yeah, I'll just say, well, just in general, already you need to never click a clickbait ad. Just don't do it. I did it. I hate that I did it. Because I've done it before. In fact, let's even say clickbait ads. No, let's actually take that out because we're just going to cover all of them. So, like, we'll do one, car insurance. Then two, whack a Saddam. Let's see. Trying to see how I did it in the previous one. So on X app, formerly known as Twitter. I did. I fell for this, and I'm embarrassed to say this. Like a lottery winner, but I didn't fall for it too much. I didn't pay, which is what they were going for. So it was an unsuccessful attack, but it was still successful in the fact that they got my phone number, they got my name, and I already screen all my phone number call or phone calls anyway. I just assumed that my phone number's been put out there. I mean, because of the LinkedIn breach, for one. I mean, I was called by the former CEO of the company that I got hired on at. And you can see the company I work for, LinkedIn. So, like, it's open source intelligence. It's, like, easy to find. In fact, I even say in my GitHub, hey, you want to reach me? You just go here. Oh, wait. I got to commit changes. Oh, let's actually add this real quick. Actually, let's add all of this. Just finish this train of thought. So we're going to do tribute. Click here to learn more. Added stubs for a tribute page to show respect and appreciation for those that are no longer with us that were influential life, as well as the still living ones. Yeah, that's all right. And this is just a note of what I did for this particular change. So, but that is very important, and I do that in my Minecraft world. I made sure to, well, I didn't make sure like this is a chore. Like I just want to show the appreciation, because like if ghosts are real, and if like spirits are flying around and stuff, and if they have access to this or that or whatever, if they're like seeing through our eyes, like you increase your chances of communicating with them this way. Not saying I want to get anything out of it, but like say like, you can talk to your dead relatives, which are now ancestors, which is a much healthier way of thinking about them so you don't have so much guilt and like uh it's like FOMO, fear of missing out, but like just like or no, there's a better word for it. Regrets, maybe I just said that, but regrets about things that you could have done better when they were alive. I have a lot of regrets with this one guy in particular because we weren't talking and then he died. And we were gonna go hang out, but he died. So, and actually, no, we had to clear up some things, and then we were gonna go hang out, but like didn't get that chance. And we weren't on great talking terms for like, and not like childish things. It was actually because of a custody thing. Like I couldn't talk to him because, anyways. So, and again, that regrets, and so unfortunately, my co-parent might have regrets from that too, and that's just not good. So. And same with me too. I need to know, but I'm gonna still try to communicate him. If he's floating around in a spirit or something, he'll see the Minecraft I built in my house. It's a memorial, and even if he doesn't, it's like the Spanish culture, like ofrendas. But anyways, let's go back to this. Let's finish this. We went way down a rabbit hole here, but the clickbait stuff. So Wacka Saddam. So I did that. Although I don't. This is something. I think this is the dots. Anyways, I downloaded a virus when I tried to play a mini game in a clickbait ad to whack Saddam, I think it's just 1D, Hussein. And this is before I even really Hussein. Like this was part of like the it had to have been some kind of Russian or something thinking about that. Like, so like trying to manipulate what it would the average American want to click. Oh well, they're at war with the Middle East. Let's put like a game like Wacka Saddam Hussein. Let's see if they bite. And sure enough, yeah, because at the time, like the Simpsons scene at the time, like what they did at the time, we all hated the Middle East. And if you watch TV or if you talk to your family members, like everybody just hated the Middle East, and it was crazy. Like how much, I mean, it encouraged me to enlist, and that's actually one of the things I was going to talk about is like, or why I do this. Maybe I was going to add it to this. Let's add that to do this. See, it's like borderline bragging, but like, and I'm not trying to do it that way, but just add reasoning for why do you do this? We'll just put it in there. And actually, I kind of started doing that. Like if you go to index and then here, why do I do this? Because I'm able to, and it's what I hope other people are doing. I'll just put it in here. Also, even though it didn't work out, swear an oath to the U.S. to serve and protect via the Marines. But again, it didn't work out. And that was just because I was a hippie and I liked substances. So there you go. Added a little bit about the why I do all this. And also to teach too. I want to be a professor, but see, now I can put it back and everything. I will I will say that because that's important too. Uh, also, I hope to be an educator in some fashion in the future. I mean, ideally, I want to teach computer science classes for the Buena Vista High School and retire in Buena Vista. Like that's my perfect. There it is. Done with the city. Like, I'm just kidding, but added more explanation to the why I do these things. And also, it's part in honor of the people, my dead friends that are no longer here, that they can't do this stuff. So I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna enjoy it or experience the hardship. Either way, in honor of them. See, now I'm feeling all guilty. Like I should do that. Ah, what? I'm not even doing stuff. I'm just kidding. Wait, is that you? No, you're the ninja. Sorry. Hey, let's do a clash. Let's do a clash though. Sure. Ding ding. And that's my fault. It's my fault to turn it down and figure it out. I haven't figured it out. But while we're loading that in, let's go and do the tribute page. So if I go back here, go to the website, go into the Github. Oh, and then actually let's do the clash. Then I'm gonna take a break ski. Go Fumar. That's why I put the disclaimer. Github. That's gonna do the thing. All right. Wait. What? Oh no. Wait. Where? What? There we go. Ah! I got kicked out. Sorry, my bad. I clicked it too many times. I was invited to a clash. Can I still get into it? Sorry, Sasti. I did not make it. Wait, I freaked out. I'm down. Oh, there's some interesting names. Usually when you don't see the profile picture. See, I want to be an instructor of computer science. That's awesome. Good job, Ace of Squares. I mean, I do teach it. It's just not officially. So, um, that's embarrassing. All right. Well, while they're doing that, I'll do the tribute page and I'll keep an eye on that. So, actually, wait. That's 15 minutes. I'll take a break. Let's leave this up here. Oh wait, actually no, no. Before, because I'm gonna forget this. If I go into it, HTML, add a file, create new file, tribute.html. So I link to it, and then in this one, you do this. You go in HTML. I need to copy over an existing one. Yeah, communal, and just take this. So it has all the stuff, and then tribute. First, to those that can no longer spaz out and do these things. And I mean that. I'll do a section there. Second, to those that can and should spaz out and do these things. There we go. Commit changes, added stub for paying tribute to ancestors and potential colleagues. There you go. Colleagues. Oh, I was still missing an E. I had to keep going, or like, no, I was missing the second U and the. All right, added stuff without spell checker, I'd be so lost. Like, and again, like people used to learn like that. All right, let's go into this. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Sasti24, I will clash. I apologize. Are you in here, by the way? Are we? That's just. Is that Dahi Ninja? I apologize. I was reading as Da Ninja earlier. Yeah, I've been to India. I've been to Mumbai, and actually, one of my colleagues is a he drives a cab out there. But we had a great discussion, and we talked. His daughters are learning computer science. Oh, and digital public infrastructure. So the Bill and Melinda French Gates. Let's actually say this real quick. They're oh, it's an interesting thing, and I don't know how people feel about this or not. Like I know Saudi Arabia is very mixed on women rights and bringing them up to. And I have some really close friends and family basically from Saudi Arabia, and they talk about it. and I don't think I've actually directly asked them how they feel about it. They just report to me what it is. But like my roommates in college, they met my mom, who was like military, and it was just like, yeah, law enforcement, corrections, military, all that is like very formal. Like you don't mess with her, and so and he learned that, and he was just like, oh, that's how women can be over here. Like that would never happen in Saudi. But and I think we did actually talk about that part a little bit. Like I mean, like your mom scares me, but I love her. Like same. So no, she's a great woman and everything. It's like, but it's just funny, and like, and I'm an advocate for women equality, and like. In fact, there was a women's chapter of the Association for Computing Machinery, which was a really awesome club that I was part of in college and looking to get back into. Actually, there's a membership fee of like $100 a year, and once I can afford that, I'll probably join back up. But yeah, they had a women's chapter specifically because even in this country, there are so many more obstacles for women to get into the field. Like, and I know this too. When I did my undergrad, I saw like there's like maybe like a handful of women for like all of the dudes. There's like hundreds of dudes just staring at this handful of women. It was super awkward, and like it was really hard for them to focus. Like, I mean, and everyone else, like, I mean, not everyone else, but I mean, you look around and you just notice like where everybody's staring that's not paying attention, and it's like usually to them, and then like they're looking around like, why do people keep looking at me and staring at me, and like, and then you think about that is like, how often does that happen? Like, could you imagine just being stared at and like, and some might think that might be nice if you're like, like a guy wanting to be checked out, but no. If it's not, well, I don't know. I guess you can't say a blanket statement all the time. No for this or that. Anyways, you're still clashing. See, now I don't know if I have time. I chatted and rambled. Like, but I take the full 15 minutes sometimes. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna take a break. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue to spaz out and do these things. I will see you in a bit. Hold on. Let's get that music playing. We're gonna do country cruising though. It's gonna come back. BRB.
We just some country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the hood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere, drink myself out of my chair. We're country cruising and Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair, and there's a reason we're there. We're country cruising with Dane Williams influence, homie. We're country boys on them old dirt roads, in the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows, smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Born country, hit from the sticks, no lying, you can trust me. I grew up on the dirt roads, riding in the front seat, up there with the groceries, holding up elk sheds like they was trophies. Now we getting stuck, living in a state of day. I know that you've been working and you wanna get away. I've been working all week, I need help relaxing, riding in that smoky truck with the seatbelts fastened. It's like, oh, and you gon' wanna stand when we hit the sand, working on your tan, you gon' think that I planned it. Arms out like the redneck Titanic, traveling high speeds cause the sands demand it. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right, from the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike, where the motto is, do what you love in life. Do what you love in life. We got glasses up cause we toasting, we got lighters out and we smoking, sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need. We got glasses up cause we're toasting, we got lighters out and we're smoking, sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need much. boys on them motor roads. In the woods as far as we can go. Past the hood where the green grass grows. Smoking good, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere. Drink myself out in my chair. We're country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair. There's a reason we're there. We're country cruising with Hank Williams influence, baby. Country boys on the motor roads. In the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows. Smoking wood.
Love and happiness.
We just some country boys on them motor roads. In the woods as far as we can go. Past the hood where the green grass grows. Smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Cause I love being nowhere. Drink myself out on my chair. We're country cruising in Hank Williams influence, baby. I love the breeze in her hair. And there's a reason we're there. We're country cruising with Hank Williams influence, homie. We're country boys on the motor roads. In the woods as far as we can go. Past the wood where the green grass grows. Smoking bud, I'ma ease my soul. Born country, hit from the sticks, no lying, you can trust me. I grew up on the dirt roads, riding in the front seat. Up there with the groceries, holding up elk sheds like they was trophies. Now we getting stuck, living in a state of day. I know that you've been working and you wanna get away. I've been working all week, I need help relaxing. Riding in that smoky truck with the seatbelts fastened. It's like, oh, and you gon' wanna stand when we hit the sand. Working on your tan, you gon' think that I planned it. Arms out like the redneck Titanic. Traveling high speeds cause the sands demand it. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right. From the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike. Where the motto is, do what you love in life. See, I'm a man who stands for what he thinks right. From the land where mountains stand over prison lights. Get to any town, back roads on a motorbike. Where the motto is, do what you love in life. Do what you love in life. We got glasses up cause we toasting. We got lighters out and we smoking. Sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need We got glasses up cause we're toasting. We got lighters out and we smoking. Sitting around pickups with spit cups and slip ups and hiccups. My life is like a walk in the woods cause I don't need much.
Alright. Trying to get better at that whole transition. I still gotta do that capture for gaming. So alright, but yeah, Jacob Lyle, and that's actually another reason why I do a lot of this stuff. There's a prison in Buena Vista, and let's see. I don't know. I feel like it's getting too hoity-toity and like explaining it. I don't know. Like it should be natural for people to just want to like fix problems, but like I mean, I get this low. It's like, why do you do this? Or why do you stress about this stuff? And so maybe it's just mission statement and take it back out. Yeah, see, I'm actually gonna take that back out because I don't care. I shouldn't put that out on Front Street like that. Like, but I did swear it. Well, it's just not name drop Marines. Well, no, because it is relevant. Like, if you're not from America, and maybe if you are, or you might know that like the army is kind of like the basic. It's still very honorable. I'm not trying to say that. And actually, wait, I want to make sure that I'm making sound. I see it. It's unmuted. All it takes is one time of talking to myself. All right. Hello. Hello. I don't know. Is this like? Oh, I think I have to click into it. Yep, and there it is. Anyways, so it is kind of important to say because like so there's Army, Navy, and then there's like Marines and Air Force. Air Force is like the more elite. You have to be a lot more rigorously like screened out. I automatically can't serve in the Air Force. I can't fly a jet, I don't think, because I've done psychedelics. So like, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna go fly a plane. Don't worry. So, but the Marines is just what like I thought that my dad would want the most, and he passed away before I was of age, and I just knew, and that's what I was working towards. I was on the football team, I was running track, and like I knew that I was going to serve in the military, and that was gonna be my life for like four. Well, I was gonna do, and this is where it got screwy, and this is why I decided to keep doing what I was doing and not go back, is because I enlisted as reserve, and then it was switched to active for the Iraq conflict. So actually, I'll put that in a sub file. So like, if you really want to know, let's see. So let's take that out. And I love that I can just edit files like this. When I've done web development projects before, I'd have to like SSH into another machine, be doing all of this through a terminal, doing it in Vim, like, or uh, I hated Nano because it does this weird. You can, if you try to push exit, it's like, hey, I noticed you're pushing exit, and like you could just code something that says if they push escape, just do make it do it, like. But that's not teaching them, and I don't know, like the jury's out on that. But if you're gonna develop anything, you need to be comfortable using Vim because there's a lot of times where you do have to code remotely and like. But I mean, with I'm editing directly into GitHub, which I should do. So, because also, even though it didn't work out, I did swear an oath to the U.S. to serve and protect. Um, couldn't be a soldier. There we go. Because of my choices. I mean, that makes it sound like it's either you gay or you do drugs, like, or you try to commit suicide. I mean, those three things. Sorry if that's I might need to bleep that out, but if you unalive yourself, I really hope this isn't being seen by kids. That's why I mean like kids. I don't know. Teenagers is kind of, which I know Twitch is, so I still got to kind of like watch it a little bit. But sorry, I try to censor myself. Um, as a civilian doing this. There we go. Easy as that. Actually, that's all that needs to be said. Never mind. So, because like I could put out the specific details and more open source intelligence and more further like mess with my own life. Like the people that need to know need they're able to know my history with this country and like, and that's a thing that's become really real lately with some of my arguing. Like, I actually talked to my boss. I was like, you might be getting some calls because not that. So the Charlie Kirk thing. Let's just get it out there that like I didn't agree with the guy, but I did not want harm to him, and I worry about his family, his kids, especially with how like they're taking her like story and like weaponizing it and making it like this rally cry and like, or I don't know, maybe it is like genuine. This just seems so Hollywood and theatrical, and it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I need to take a step back with that, and I think all of America does because, like I was saying earlier, I got tricked into a whack-a-mole game with Saddam Hussein because I wanted to beat up Saddam Hussein. Like, oh shoot, and this Sasti here. Let's invite. See if this works. How do I invite to Clash? Oh, well. Either way, let's get this finished, get this updated. So I need to commit the changes, and that is true. Like I was even gonna bring up my like I got an award from the local post of the VFW and all that, but like it was for my willingness to serve because I was so mad about 9/11 that I was ready to basically do horrible things to people I had never met and had no real beef with, except that some people from their area did this thing, and if they, and it's I have friends that are scarred for life because they did go, and that's also why I'm not trying to steal any glory, because that's especially messed up, because I know what they would say and how they would feel because I didn't go. Also, how my dad would feel, who was military, and my grandpa, who was military. Like, and if there is an afterlife and if the ghosts are floating around, you just have to plan for the worst and hope for the best, but plan for the worst. It's a zero trust environment. You should always do it. It's not just security, it's just how you live your life. And like all of religion, because I learned a lot about Islam with, and when I say a lot, like I still don't know hardly anything, but like from what I have heard, it's a very peaceful religion, just like Christianity is supposed to be. And I raised the book earlier. This is what they took out, or this is an analysis of the Mary Magdalene gospel that they took out of religion or Christianity at some point. They ordered it destroyed, and some rebel monks saved some copies. And it basically says you don't need to pay to go to heaven. Like that's the gist of it. And that's what it got twisted. And then like people were adding things like to make governments happy to accept the religion. Like, okay, well we know Jesus said don't ever do this because bad things will happen, but we're gonna do this, and now bad things are happening. And it's like, ugh, and I'm not like a devout Christian. Like I learned this stuff growing up, and if it was down to just like hippie Jesus and what he said initially, just like do unto others as you'd have done unto you, that's it. Stop right there. Like just that. You would never kill yourself. I mean, you hope not. Like people that unalive by choice, like you got to work on like the underlying problems. So, and that's like where that's at. Sorry, Sasti. I don't know how to clash. I think we can go here and pick people out and look for Sasti 24. A thing. I don't know. Actually, to be honest, I don't really want to clash right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bail on the clash. I want to update this. I might fix. Well, I still gotta finish this. So Wacka Saddam definitely gave me a virus. Let's save this. Edit. Do the update. Explanation of almost military service. Okay. Just because that it needs to be said, because not only was I like the 3% or the 1% or whatever, I guess it would be 3% those that are willing to serve. Like I fully intended to. I was on base. I was there. I was in it. I was getting my boots, and they were like, "No, you got to go home." It's like, what? Test came back. You got drugs and stuff. So it's like, ah, crud. I was like marching, doing the things, learning the things, like leading and all that, and like I like to say that I was first squad leader, but I was not. I was hoping to be. That's what I was going to aim for. I was not the guide. I was not squad leader, but I was in a platoon, and like, and see, that's me, like trying to be honest, because I have stretched that a little bit. So it does no good. Anyways, all that to say, I'm gonna do some crazy stuff, and this is actually this is service to like. I want to make sure that anybody who sees these ads or these not ads. I'm stuck on that. These tutorials knows to avoid this. So, or you can spread it to the people that you know. Like, you don't have to show them this per se, like, especially if they're not a tech person. But listen to your family members, listen to your friends, and just be like, or even tell them, be like, hey, I learned, or I heard about this hack that, like, somebody tries to get you to log into a website, like the Facebook one, because that's a very effective one. I've had an uncle get hacked that way. They send you a message like, look who died, and you click a link. And then car insurance, let's see. Um, there was actually, I guess this is Snapchat, but I don't know if I wanna. This could just be in general. So there was an ad about or with a couple people discussing car insurance. Does this spell check? I don't want to install the Grammarly on this because, like, I mean, I use it for work and already I know it scans everything. And it tells me it scans everything periodically. It's like, your writing has this emotion and this emotion. And it's like, ah, you're always being analyzed. I like it because I don't do typos. But you have to assume that since it's being processed by something, it can be easily being copied. And so nothing you do is technically private. Potentially, and even if they do say they won't like manipulate your data, if they get a breach, then your data is exposed. So you still need to plan for the worst, hope for the best, and then pick your comfort level. So yeah. But anyways, discussing car insurance, they made it sound very appealing to click and see how much the user could save. It started with how insurance is a scam as it's required to drive. Um, a large portion of insurance fees thus go to commission. Yes, yeah, I'm spelling these all bad. The sales agent, which is probably true. And like I don't know, like we have like a family person that we've been going to for a while, and it's like the way I see it is like if you're gonna get scammed by somebody you know and trust. And so we have someone from back home. But still, and same, I bought a car for my buddy, and you know I knew I was gonna be paying a lot to somebody, and I'm glad it was him. So actually, really stoked. Like how awesome is it? Like, and this is horrible because I have another friend. I need to get something from him, as in purchase to support his lifelong family business, and I'm slacking. So anyways, car insurance. So there's a ad with a couple people discussing car insurance. They made it sound very appealing to click and see how much the user could save. I clicked it, started, and this is why I just started cracking up earlier. Started filling out the info using fake info until it just got too much. Like it was wanting phone number, which I guess I just did with Lamar's, which that's kind of scary. But I used the fake birthday, so real address, and I or real yeah one, and I scan physical address though, Jesus. And then now anybody stalking me would be like, oh yeah, I just got to hack Lamar's. Like, don't do it. Like, you could go to prison actually nowadays, but again, and so many feds probably watching me. Not this though; they won't do the views, but it's it's scanned anyway. They don't have to. Uh, I used shotgun willies for the address, which is an adult club, adult club in Denver. I've never been. I've known somebody that's worked there, and I've wanted to go. Actually, I thought I wanted to go. I experienced strip clubs out in Florida, and one here in or up in Fort Collins. But like, it lost its appeal. Not as fast or faster than bars actually. Like it just wasn't. Sorry for no offense to that. And actually, that's part of why I have the OnlyFans stuff down here because I do intend to try to figure out. There's a lot of scams with people selling other people's content, and that, well, first off, could be super illegal because you don't have the age verification if it's someone you don't even know or like you just got the picture from somewhere and you're selling it to people. Like, so there's a safety regulation with that, and also, and actually, well, hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot, but like, I mean, it's out there. Like, I did, in fact, I think I even said it. Yeah, to try to subscribe to what looked like other people's content, and it was like, and I hate to sound, not to sound racist or anything, but it sounded like it had an Indian like vibe to it. Like, I don't know, I don't want to like pull it up or anything, and like, because I got my OnlyFans and I don't want to go through that and everything. But just trust me when there's like people out there, and actually that is a valid concern, and anybody who knows me knows that that's not. And like, that's why stresses me out. Well, it doesn't stress me out because I know I was taught cybersecurity by a guy that did digital forensics on computer machines that would tell if you did activity of a perverted nature, especially with children. There, that's what I was trying to say. Now with OnlyFans, if someone's passing around, and granted, this lady looked young, and honestly, like it was only because and it was an account on XApp that stood up for me in a discussion that I didn't even know that I was going to spark. And I think a lot of like the Groiper army of like they're very I guess prude is the best way to say it. And the Groipers, that's oof, actually we should put a spot for them. And not necessarily like that's why I bring up religion and stuff. In fact, let's put it down. Groipers. So this is more of a concern of like communication of actually like yeah, I'll just say that this is more concern communication and proper censorship. I mean, if I put typos in there, I hope someone corrects it. That could be like a bug bounty thing. But anyways, this is more of a concern of communication, proper censorship. Um, if you can discuss any topic long enough with a groiper, we'll capitalize them. It's like a group. There is usually some common ground. And I say that with like a lot of discussions. So back to the OnlyFans thing, I was engaging in some dialogue. Someone was like, shaming someone for doing adult content, like, you're such a hoe, like you shouldn't do that. Cyberbullying. So basically, in response to cyberbullying, I said something. I have no idea, but I know it's on my X app. Like if you dig through it enough of my like tens of thousands of posts, like yeah, there was one where I stood up for someone doing adult work because like, and actually maybe I should even put that. Yeah, no, that one's very real. And actually, I bought some, so I'm a customer. It's fine because OnlyFans validates the person. Now I say that she got to be careful. And actually, this gal, I think she's like, she says she's in college. So at least like that right there, you know that if she's claiming that, and it's easily checkable. Well, I mean, hopefully, I don't know. And OnlyFans verifies age, and I went through the process to see what it does, and it does. You have to get your ID and everything, your government ID. You have to prove that you're old enough, which is, and as the whole time I'm saying that, is this other account that looked fake. I mean, and actually, maybe that's something that, and if it's legitimate, so I feel bad saying this. I reported this account. Yeah, I'm a Karen sometimes. I report accounts. Actually I report all sorts of stuff. I should say that on XApp, especially like every time somebody that's an impersonator tries to follow me, like me, or repost my stuff, I quietly report them, and then I mean, they're brought onto the attention of XApp to a point. It depends on how close they're watching, but at least there's a record somewhere of them being flagged for like, hey, this might not be who they say they are, and they don't have the parody thing, and that's all assumed. All I have to do is say, yep, impersonation. They have like the preset things, and I do that because of people falling for the scams. Like a lot of them are Elon Musk. Almost most of them are actually. I don't really report. I mean, one was Marshall Mathers, so Eminem, and like you got to do this stuff to protect the people that they're trying to impersonate. Like, I mean, and also you. Like they'll try to steal your money. Like they'll offer you money, but you have to pay money to get the money, so it's a scam. So, and most of the time, the most desperate of people will fall for the scam, and then boom, because they'll think, oh, maybe like if it was me and if I was fancy, I would use a private chat or everything. No, they would just use their account to prove that they are who they are. Now, as I say that, I have indirectly talked to, or Redman has reposted my stuff, and that, oof, that's, that is, I never thought I'd see the day. Like, it's big. It's like, I mean, and I guess I could just go to one of his shows and try to get an autograph after the show, or if I had money, I could actually do the backstage thing. But like, just to like listen to him, like, cause I listened to him a lot growing up, and I bought his CDs. I'm a customer. Like, I bought his Redman Gone Wild. I didn't buy his Blackout. My friend bought his Blackout, and like at least one of us in our group, I hate to say that, we pirated and stuff, but like, and that's why I was trying to like donate him money recently, and also for his Muddy Water too. So I just played it a lot and listened to it a lot. I mean, I listened to it a lot, but like those plays, and I commented on it, and I tried to comment on the comments, and I was like liking other people's things, and basically doing all the engagement because that's like all the free stuff you can do. And for whatever reason, I mean, also because I'm broke, like I need to wait until I actually have money before I can start repaying for the Blackout album, which I listened to that tons in all the kitchens I worked at. whew, sorry, we like start talking about groypers and then we start talking about Red Man. Um, sorry, and actually, and the groypers, I feel like this whole like movement, like I just feel like they're just like misunderstanding things, and they're also being misunderstood, and they're so angry about things like. And I say that because I have one of my old roommates, and he all he does on Facebook is like he gets mad about the buzzwords, like all the things that are going to get mad about, like it's like the rally cry and the thing, and he's just like shouting it to like the Facebook, and I'm excited because he just like he accepted my friend request from like a year ago. It's cool, like he can vent. I have a lot of friends that think that way about those things, but they're not so keyed up and angry that I worry about him. But I mean, he's a good dude. I trust that he'll figure things out. But and he's a dad too. And that's the other side. And I used to be very angry and active and well back during the George W. days when I was in the military for those like 2 weeks because I was ready to ship out and go like fight and kill these people. And it's like having lived with some now, I mean, I know Saudi Arabia is not Afghanistan or Iraq, but think about it. Like, that's like saying, like, you're mad at Texas, but I live in Idaho, so, like, whatever, you just blew up a bunch of Texas. Like, no, that still affects me as a neighboring area. Like, they're all very intricately linked, especially these Arab countries. Like, a strike against one is like a strike against them all. I don't know what that yeah, it's Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul when Gus is saying that. But the fact remains, like, if you're gonna go after one, it's kind of like a slant on all of them, and it is. Like, people are getting mad about Muslims and like they're taking over. I'm debating with one guy that like, oh, and a lot of it is the Groyper stuff. And basically, if you think about like the people that follow Elon Musk and Nick Fuentes and like the ones that they're making memes and jokes about things, but some of it's like some pretty far-fetched things and like things you might see on 4chan and like and that's actually sketchy because there is some like child exploitive material on 4chan. A lot of people got busted from doing that. And it was embarrassing because I had friends that looked at like the normal stuff, like the good stuff, like I mean, the not illegal stuff. To say the least, it's so messed up and like and thankfully, I will say that they have programs that scan files now because like agents used to have to sift through stuff and actually watch tape and stuff. I think about like Dexter when like what's her name, Morgan, not Dexter Morgan. His sister has to watch a bunch of tapes that are just really messed up and like triggering like trauma and stuff. And but now like you could do a computer program with computer vision and it'll find stuff like that. It'll blur it out. You never have to see it ever. It's there's people out there that are desperate enough to like think that's okay. That's messed up. So we got to fix that problem and all that, and that's another rabbit hole. But for the Groypers, like, and sorry, that's just like you got to fix humanity like everybody. You can't just pick and choose. Although I used to want to. I mean, having known a lot of people that have done time in prison, like, it just kind of rubs off on you. How I joke about the 88. I only know that because I had a good friend, like, but he was also an Aryan, and like, he told me about the 88, and I was just like, huh, well, actually, he didn't even get a chance to tell me about it. He's like, if you heard about the 88 precepts, I was like, are there 88 of them? And he looked at me like I was an idiot, and he was just like, no. I was like, oh. And then like we were getting searched and everything, so like we had to stop talking. It's just like, but and then he just dropped it because like he knew that I had no idea what it was about. Later, I figured out it's because it's HH, and that's why it is like 88. But oh, and then lightning bolts too. And like I got a lot of people saying that I was like a race traitor because I was like sticking up for like George Floyd and like and here in Colorado we're very adamant about like all lives matter, like legit with Black Lives Matter at the forefront because uh, it did shed light on like because I do agree that all lives matter and I have friends that are cops and I agree that or not I agree. I am very adamant about the war on drugs being the cause for danger to law enforcement. If we ended prohibition, at least with cannabis, I mean the harder stuff, sure, we could take our time, figure it out piece by piece, but we can all agree that cannabis is like pointless, and that's like one of the biggest like things. It smells bad, it's huge to hide, like it's easy to detect, and that's why I mean, of course, drug dogs will find anything, but like, I mean, it's the easiest. Like, people will find anything. They smell it like, oh cow. Even if you're just carrying it, you didn't use it. I mean, I've had that before, and they just look at it. I didn't even have to do a roadside. They're just like, oh yeah, clearly you're fine to drive. So have a good night. And I had it in the trunk, so it's safe and it's fine. But other places, and that's why talking to these groypers, like, I don't know if they were like Groypers per se, but like I discussed a lot of things with them, and like starting with I think it was Charlie Kirk, and this is before he got executed. It was oh wait, because I mean, so I was like organizing friends to discuss with Charlie Kirk when he came to CSU. We were planning on it, but we were like nervous because like we didn't want to go, and then that happened. I mean, we were nervous before the incident, and like, so anyways, but that's the thing is like I'll talk with him. I'll be like, look, no, I'm not condoning what happened. Like that's never okay. Like Charlie was a citizen, but more than that, he was a person, and no person should have to like go through that. And like, and I am kind of careful of who I criticize, like because of that. But at the same time, if you make it to where everybody wins, then there's no, which is easier said than done, of course. I mean, I know with Trump, with what he's doing with the Middle East, and he's got the hostages. I say that I don't know how much influence everybody has had because the whole world is kind of like weighing in on this, and that's the whole point of the online server. Um, so let's finish that up. How much time we got? Yeah, I could do a little more. So Groypers, like, although this was like an adult thing, it was an OnlyFans. Like, someone was like slut shaming for a lack of a better term, and I support adult work, having been a driver and a security for adult dancers. Like, I say security loosely, like my buddy and I, who's actually no longer with us. He and I used to drive around. I was a driver, but we were also like security, and like if something went wrong, they would message us and we would come up and there'd be, we were like an assurance that they had somebody nearby in case something bad happened. So, and there was nothing illegal with what we were doing. They advertised they were not full service. They were doing like, I mean, yeah, everything that if they were audited and like caught, like they could, that it wasn't full service. Sorry, that's the best way to part. And I know that because hanging out with them, I would hear like the first thing everybody would ask her, like, "Are you full service? Are you going to do like actual physical stuff?" And she'd be like, "No," and they'd be like, "Okay, thank you for your time. We're not interested," or something like that, or they just be like, "Okay, thanks, bye." And it was kind of painful, but these ladies that I was hanging out with like stuck to their guns, and if anything, I was their employee. Like they paid me to do that and just be there, and they paid me a lot. Not and not in favor. Sorry, that sounds bad, but like we were all kind of in a bad place. But I mean, they spent a lot of money on me. So, let's see. But a lot of the groypers I've talked to, or at least the people that I suspect are groypers, like they're more concerned about these buzz things because they are riled up, and any kind of deterrence is seen as like complete all or nothing deterrence of like, I mean, especially like we're not, we're over it. We're not going to put up with it anymore. And like, and I have seen some of what they're angry about, like people like celebrating. I'm like, that's just so off base, regardless of who it is. Like, I don't care. I mean, so I think the only one time that would be remotely acceptable is when a child predator just got. I'm sorry, like this happened just the other day, and I saw this. I was like, oh, okay, that one's fine. But then I think to myself, why is that one fine and not the other one? Like, as much as I hate what child predators do, and I hate saying that because like I feel like that's like jinxing. Like the more you say it, then like I don't know. But no, I mean, like I was saying, there's computer vision to deal with it, so even the people don't have to look at it. But there are people, and I've talked to a lot of like corrections people. They've just described what they've seen, and it's like they say you can't fix them. They're wired that way, and I kind of beg to differ to a point. Like I think with like natural psychedelics, we might be able to like rewire their brains. I'm hopeful because I know it's happening. I mean, if it works for vets and PTSD, they're gonna try it with child predators and see if they, because it is. It's like it's the attraction to. It's either out of and I hate that we keep talking about this. It's an uncomfortable subject, but like, and from what I've seen, because I've done some time in jail, like not a lot, but like I mean enough to know like how they act and stuff. They're very timid, and it seems like they would have a harder time finding a girlfriend. And if you imagine like how bad it is for people to get locked up, like and not be able to have like a lady friend or whatever, and then have someone that like even in the free world, they just keep getting shut down and shut down. I'm not justifying it by anyways, but like understanding the thinking of like what would drive to that. And not to toot my own horn, but I had no problem with the ladies. Like I played sports. That was it. Like if you did sports, you were fine. You could do that. Like so it's a I mean a blind spot for lack of a better term. But if there was a deterrence, I wonder if the number of attacks would go down. And that's the other thing, priests and stuff. Like they swear like, oh, I'm gonna be good and not that right there. You're putting yourself in prison. And gay for the stay is a real thing. So like if you keep yourself from these, like no matter whether it's like willfully or like forcefully, or like by like happenstance of series of unfortunate events, like if your appearance or your interests or I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know how much to say about this and save it because like it is kind of getting dangerous. Like with these people getting killed and stuff over like and people getting fired too. I started to talk about that earlier and like I talked to my boss. I was like, hey, if you get some calls, I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to make fun of any situation, but I stand to the values that actually align with my company. Like how we said, it's National Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday or yesterday. We meant that. I set the message. It was awesome. And I didn't know, I didn't actually have the go ahead, the green light to do it, but I didn't have like any guidance actually because I'm just in charge of that thing. And so, and my boss and I were just talking about it the other day. So I was like, okay, I'm going to err on the side of caution and think it's like what I would want to say, which is Indigenous Peoples Day. I have one of my other ancestor friends that's no longer with us was a Native American gal that anyways, similar. She actually worked in adult videos and we did. I mean, so, but more than that, like we related, and it was like a Romeo and Juliet type thing, just a criminal and a criminal type thing. But yeah, and we were good for each other for the time being. But then she ended up passing away, so it's like if there's more protections out there. So, anyways, oh, I'm getting hungry. I might actually cut this soon. We're at 2 hours. That's pretty good. I mean, I should finish this up. So the Gripers, um, actually, I don't even know. Like, I mean, careful, engaging, try to engage with respect, even when none is shown. After a while, they almost always, as we all would, simmer down to respectful dialogue. With the UE and all that, like so throw in some other letters. Because that's real. I mean, we've got all this violence going on, political violence, and it's ridiculous, and it needs to stop. I mean, granted, like I hate to like draw stats and everything, but it's a lot less than other parts of the world, and that's what I still feel bad I didn't transfer the video, and I actually got to remember to transfer a couple more, otherwise they'll get lost. I didn't censor that guy. There's this one person that came on and was like, "Why aren't you rallying about the war? You're talking politics." And I was like, I am concerned about the war, but I can't. There's nothing I can do. And now it looks like it might. There's a ceasefire, so that's good. I mean, and if anything, oh, I was going to do Arabic learning, which I have a book. I'm starting to do some Duolingo. We'll do that at another time, maybe next Sunday if I do it. But let's do this. Wait, let's see. And now I'm almost curious if like the influencers on the left are being paid to rally up. Or, I mean, they get more views and everything the more like or controversial they get. I watch a couple, but like I'm hesitant to name drop because I think I do want to do that to the tribute page. And actually, I will. Like, so DJ Soulchild, he does a lot of really good posts. And actually, before him, I didn't know what strange fruiting meant. And that's see, I can't even fathom that like somebody would hang something in my tree to tell me that they wanted to kill me, or like, tell me this phrase, strange fruiting, and imply that they don't want me to be around anymore. And it's like, I've never had to worry about that, and like, it scares the hell out of me. Like, and I appreciate that he would not want that to happen too. And like, so, that's not the first too. Like, I've been hanging out with people that didn't look like me my whole life. Like, in a lot of very like trust building situations like anyways so That's how I know they're just people like me. It's a good thing, and that's why like a lot of these like charity things, or not even charity, like philanthropy, are meant to do like volunteer work. I've got one tech company that's like probably good to go, depending on if I can do a good project proposal. But like I've got high school athletics, good to go for the employer, for the workers, the volunteers, and if the tech company can donate money to these causes, and the causes can be funneled to it's emergency housing for the deportees, and so that way we can still help the people respect the rule of law, like they're getting deported. Like we shouldn't be stopping the deportations. As much as I know some people really hate that, I will say, like, I mean, if they're following the law and if they want, this is how they want to go about it, and as long as it's constitutional, then okay. Like, I don't like it, but same thing is why I signed up for the military, even though I didn't like the president. Like, and if we broke out with, oh, see, I can't say that now. Also, I think I'm too old, but like back then is because and why is that? Because I was manipulated by the attack on the towers, and was that real or not? I don't know, but it was real enough to merit. Like, there's a whole movie. It was like I think it was like Tom Hanks was like digging people out of the rubble. Like, uh, oh yeah, I got weaponized real quick. So, anyways, the point of all this though is to protect people and squash the petty squabbles, because this is just money. I mean, this I don't think would turn into too much physical violence, although I say that, but like there's entire countries doing these scams and running these things. I mean, not the groypers. That's more like just like a it's almost like a I mean, it's definitely a very real group, and I'm not trying to disrespect them or anything like that. I'm just saying it's more of like a fad kind of thing, like jumping on the bandwagon, but understandably so, because when you hear just a bunch of negativity and repeated messages, they've done studies on this. Like that's what the Soviets, I think I saw something about it, like did this experiment and proved, like the KGB, I guess, or I don't know. I mean, it's been figured out that certain manipulation, Zeitgeist did it with how many times it said terror, or how many times we heard terror during that war. Like, oof, it was reinforcing that. All right, so also student loan forgiveness. I gave out a little too much personal information before I realized the person calling wasn't from my school or the government that held my loans. Saying it that way, that doesn't really make sense. The government outfit that holds still does. So cold call with my name and number. So it's important to know that. So it was just like they did have my name and number, and I thought that they might have also had CSU. I don't know about that. They could now. I mean, people scamming me could know that I went to CSU. It's on my LinkedIn. It's easy to find out. It's OSINT, Open Source Intelligence, and for better or worse, a lot of people are trackable if they want to be on places like LinkedIn. So, which I do. I'm actually very active. And again, why I say it's ridiculous if people do try to hack me, because there's so many feds looking at my profiles, like watching my house. I'm sure. Like it doesn't take but 2 minutes. In fact, one of the companies. Let's see if we can see this. I would save that for now. CA Technologies. Yeah, it's still a thing. Can refer to either the former, oh never mind, the former software part company, now part of Broadcom. No way. But that is it. That's CA Technologies. It was blue though, I feel like. Anyways, Broadcom is also a big thing that went up in Fort Collins, and they took over, I want to say VMware. I don't know. I think it's like a big giant doing stuff. And but I tried to work for CA Technologies, and what they did is they would put bots on networks, basically spies, and the spies were good spies the way they said it. I it's like this is a good nuclear bomb. Like, like, hey, we just built this. So they're basically like almost undetectable, super lightweight bots that would report back network statistics anywhere on any network, just easy to plop down. So basically, in essence, like surveilling the entire freaking world. So I wanted to work there. I mean, sign me up. Like that sounds cool because the way they sold it is like that's me extrapolating the potential use and misuse of these bots. But their intended purpose is all pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. I'm just kidding. I had to throw that in there. Why? Oh, that's a different one. Okay, sorry. I was like spray pump technologies. That okay? That'd be cool. And they gave me a cable take pole, which was like a selfie pole, but it was in like this Asian language that was like a cable take pole. Anyways, um, sorry. Then I was like trying to because we were joking about it when I was actually at a software development job. But anyways, I didn't get hired. They didn't hire me, but they used to do that. So what was I even doing? Saving this thing. So I should publish it. That's about it. Clickbait ads. Well, no, let's edit it more. So, or no, I guess I did say I downloaded a virus when I tried to play minigame Whack a Saddam Hussein. I want to say it was the LSAS virus. That almost doesn't sound right. Because the Saddam Hussein thing would have been relevant a lot longer ago when I got the LSAS virus. How did I even get that? Probably going to like, adult websites. So there was an LSAS virus, but I don't know where to put it. So maybe I don't know. It's not worth kind of listing because I don't really have any story for it. I don't know where it came from. But the Saddam Hussein game, I know um, things were acting weird after that. But then I think I just did a refresh of my computer and it was fine. So it didn't involve a rootkit. It was just a hack that was doing stuff or installed some software that did some stuff. I mean, now it's like crypto mining. Oh yeah, I guess it's fine. So I can just leave it vague because I don't remember what the virus did. It was just like maybe I can even say that. Wait, where did it go? Clickbait ads. I don't remember exactly. Clicking the game. Because that's all I remember. But I do remember definitely like, oh crud, I shouldn't have clicked that game, and like my computer was acting all funny, and that was like the only thing that I could think of that like I even did outside of like I'd play Blizzard games where you'd have the CD, so it's very easy. Like you go the same way, you open the game, you play the game. Like you're not doing anything crazy. Like nowadays, everything's on a browser, everything can be a link, like, and if that was like a virus link, like, well, I've gone to it twice, and it was just a login screen. However, anytime you go to a login screen from a link, it's a good idea to just find the link yourself. I mean, so, anyways. So, yeah, but that's a very real and present danger in the US right now. I mean, not like Reaper's insane like that. And like, and I disagreed when, um, I don't know how much I want to put on this because this is just cybersecurity. If you get into too much of like the political stuff, and plus I think it might violate coding game stuff, so I'm trying to keep it like agnostic. Um, um, Actually, this is kind of like relevant. MAGA. Um, it is important to note that divisive politics, a cybersecurity threat, as well as a general threat to look out for, prepare for. because a lot of this is more just like it should be common sense, but because people are so primed up because they're so angry and like fed all these things, it's this information overload and like emotion overload that they get so angry that they'll step over normal decencies and attack people, lash out, especially on an app like on social media. So, prepare for social media, or I guess, so it shouldn't just be MAGA, it should just be politics. Divisive politics. There we go. And then we could mention that MAGA, because I was going to say it went both ways. Like, so MAGA was designated a terrorist organization by, or actually, I don't think, well, I don't think. Let's not make me think. Let's search it. Did Biden designate MAGA as. I don't want to type it. It was so bad. You're not supposed to search that. There we go. As threat. During a September, because I know he did this. President Joe Biden described Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans as an extremism that threatens the very foundations of a republic. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he's changing all sorts of stuff, but this makes it sound. Let's see. He did not issue a formal government designation, so there we go. That's what I was looking for. He didn't make it official. Now, he did this creepy speech. Yeah, you can see it right here. I'm not saying that's okay. That looks scary as all get out. Like, look at me, I'm doom and gloom. Like I've got Satan behind me. Like it's got red lights. Like I'm so serious right now. You might as well like you could put the swastika on those, and it would be a cause for concern. And I say this as an American citizen looking at this as like, through the lens of like if I didn't, and actually I can't even see the person's face here. I know it's Joe, it's old former president. So I mean, much respect for being the president, but I disagree with like a lot that he used to champion for. But then again, I need to look at, or let's see, um, what were the charges for the people Biden gave clemency to? Here we go. Let's just look at the government record. So this is going to our government website. So like I said, if feds weren't looking at me already, they're looking at me now. Like, cause I'm at a government website. A little bot just like made note, like, hey, A-Rye came on by to see what former President Joe Biden was doing. Let's see, because I'm curious, because there was thousands of them that were clemency, that were just like commuted sentences, and there was only like a handful of like actual full-on pardons. So search all pardons and maybe that's what it is. Commutations, not clemency. That's a whole different thing, maybe. Oh wait, offense. Crack cocaine. Okay, never mind. This is exactly what I was looking for. Crack cocaine was what he rallied against to punish people for. Oh my god. Okay. Sentenced 3 years supervised release, and she was sentenced 87 months imprisonment. So 12 months to a year. That's like six or no 5. It's easily more than 5, but like the way he said it was like you get no less than 5 years for the size of a quarter. But wait, 736.9 grams. Let me give you a hint. That's a little more than a quarter, like 736.9 grams. I don't even know what that is in like pounds. It's almost like kilogram. And I will tell you this: I don't know anybody that's seen a kilo of anything. That's ridiculous. That's so much. Like Jesus. Anyway, so the average person, but a lot of people have seen stuff like that. So I could think about like what a gram or two weighs and like all that, and like like take it up to like hundreds. That's like a bowling ball size at least. Like it's like there's a lot, and for a quarter size, I'd say that because and even you can see it on Hunter Biden's scale on the video. It's like 2.4, I think, is what it was, and it's like him weighing out about like a few quarter size pieces, maybe like 2 or 3. So if you think about that, like 2 or 3 gives about 2 grams, about like that. And he said, I think Biden said, oh, 1 gram is the size of this quarter. So whatever. Doesn't matter. This is a lot, and but let out 3 years supervised release. That's awesome. Oh wait, 1998. Wait, we got to do some math. The math isn't mathing. So 87 months. Let's just get that out of the way. That's like 7 years. That would be 84 months. So that's 7 years and 3 months is what she was sentenced. And she was there. We're in 2022. This is right there, April 26, 22. Like I'm missing this. Like the 1998 is throwing me off. Maybe is that like the law? Because if you sentence that and then 3 years supervised release, I don't know what that is. Like the oh clemency. There is clemency. Jesus. Yeah, let's download this stupid PDF of clemency. No, I'm just kidding. Um, actually, no. Sorry. This is okay. So this is him making right of something that I've criticized him for. I appreciate this. Like this is good. I'm glad to see this, and like this is just the first one I see out of 4,000 or something. Like so, okay, and that's like full and unconditional pardon. So he did go for a pardon, but it ended up being 3 years supervised release. Or wait, no, that might be the okay. Never mind. That might have been a full pardon. And these are the three. What was this? Secret Service agent soliciting money to commit fraud, obstruction of justice. I don't know how I feel about that. Like somebody like trying to sell information to commit fraud. I mean, you always gotta watch like the big guys watching, but or you always gotta act like that's like the people that try to hire a killer. Like, oh my god, it's always gonna be a cop. Like it's a cop that like will like yeah they'll take your money and they'll put you in jail. They'll confiscate the money probably too. It's ridiculous. Like, and you should never get to the point where you want to do that to another human being. Again, the religion thing. Islam says it's bad. Christianity says it's bad. Hindu. I mean, does any major religion say death is not bad? Like it's okay to murder. And I'm saying it as much as because AI is getting so amazing. No, no major religion endorses murder. There, see, Gemini AI knew exactly what I was doing. That's why I said no earlier. It was like, hey, do you want like an AI assistant? Like, no. I mean, the AI level that I have, plenty for now. I will check out the other thing later, but yeah. So no major religion endorses murder. While some religions offer perspectives on death and killing, they universally prohibit the illicit killing of human beings, which is considered murder. Instead of sanctioning murder, religions condemn it, although some, like Christianity and Judaism, may permit killing in specific contextualized situations like self defense or war, which are distinct from murder. Now, hold on. I want to see. They also have doctrines that allow for killing in specific contexts such as self defense or historically for a just war. Is there such a thing? And I would want to see. Explain this. A war is a last resort that must be justified by certain criteria categorized into jus ad bellum, justice in going to war, and jus in bello, justice in the conduct of war. Key criteria include a just cause like self-defense, right authority to declare war, right intention to promote good or prevent evil. That's up to so much interpretation, like a reasonable chance of success and proportionality in the use of force. The doctrine aims to bring war under the control of justice, not to justify it outright, and is contrasted with Christian pacifism, which rejects war entirely. I mean, And so, first off, this is not ever happening in any wars. Like, all peaceful options and solutions must have been exhausted. No. No war can exist without that. I'm just saying, like, I mean, especially now that we have communication, we could take the time to sit down and be like, hey, sorry, this is what we meant, this is what we do. Like, we want to live here, we don't want you to live here. Like, even if they just come out and say what they want to say, and then they can work from there. They say their side, they say their side. Then they meet in the middle somewhere. Like, okay, let's give about this land, we'll leave you alone. Or a lot of them could probably opt to move. Like, how tied down are you to this place? Like, I know I love Colorado. I did leave my home. I lived in the freaking mountains. Should we pull this up again? Yeah. Or is that country cruising? Ah, there it is. I woke up to that every day. It was the most beautiful scene. That's why I want to end up there when I retire. But, and it's not for everybody. You get called out real quick. Like, you better be conditioned to. And see, that's the thing. Like, especially if I want to go back there, I gotta stop all this lying. Like, I'm just kidding. But, like, some of it, yeah. But right there. Although, I mean, not like all right lying, but maybe like the fish is this big exaggeration. But a lot of the other stuff is based in fact. But yeah, all this stuff justifying holy war and all that, like, and even if you look at it by the numbers, like the Islam world has lost so many. Well, actually, by the numbers, how many Christians and how many Muslims have died in holy war in all time. Total body counts. I mean, I hate to say this, but like if you're just looking at like who started it, who ended it, we should all be ending it, and hopefully that's what's going on now. But it's impossible to provide a precise, comprehensive number. Historical records are incomplete, and so the causes of conflict are often complex, making it difficult to isolate religious motivation and attribute deaths to it alone. Do they just have a number? According to the Encyclopedia of Wars, out of all, and they can't give a number, but it is the primary cause of about less than a tenth of all wars. So less than 10%, almost like half of 10%. So like not even, it's like what, 2/3. Um, See, and again, if the feds weren't looking earlier, they're looking now. Like we've got a government site with pardons, and then my buddy is shaking his head like you're such an idiot. Like I might as well pull up like let's look up ISIS. Oh, geez. Okay, no, sorry, we won't like. Let's close that. Or well, let's look at it real quick though. Like so. Oh, the whole concept religious Christianity. So even Christianity, like how much? We have a number, like because there's the Crusades, there's the Spanish Inquisition. Look at that, the massacre of French Protestants. Protestants. That's what I was. I grew up like a protest of. Um, I want to say Catholicism. Is that like the root one? Or I've also heard people say that's like the weird quasi one that went off and did all this other stuff. But like, uh, whatever the church was in England that like the United States rebelled against and said, no, we don't want that here. Separation of church and state, which they were very, and that only like leaked in later. Like the God was added to the pledge later. God was added to the money and the Civil War, and then later it was added to more money. Like it did not exist when the founding fathers wanted nothing to do with that. So, and it upsets me because like people are twisting this. Like if they can justify it in a holy war, then they're like, oh yeah, we can kill in the name of this, and then God will forgive us. And then in human laws, like, and that's why I made a bold claim. Ugh, no, we're not even going to get into that. But let's close this because that's sketchy. Let's look at some other pardons and let's be done. And then I'm actually going to relax and go to bed, I think. We've covered a lot of ground. A lot of ground I didn't intend, but this is important because, like, so there's, yeah, cocaine, crack cocaine, marijuana, and aiding and abetting. 4 months imprisonment, 1 year supervised release, 5,000. Okay, so I mean, it's so good. I'm not saying like he shouldn't. Like, this is awesome. but and then that sentence isn't like this. So there still is that like differentiation of like. But anyways, but use of a communication facility to facilitate the distribution of marijuana. I don't even know what that means. Like a communication facility, so like a telecom company to. Okay, I mean that doesn't seem that. Anyways, I mean, sorry. I'm glad he's pardoned. I'm glad he's not in jail. This one. So these are for different months. So for this month, we had another similar thing in New Mexico. Okay, so these are all over Texas, Illinois, Georgia, New Mexico, California. Wrongfully using 3.4 methyl and underage drinking. Wait, oh, in the Air Force. Okay. So a lot of drug stuff and conspiracy to wait, what? No, these are like spy betrayal things almost. Like conspiracy to act as an unregistered agent of a foreign principal. Acting as an unregistered agent of for to what end though? Like, you know what? I don't know enough about it to really weigh in, but that just sounds sketchy. So I mean, I don't think anybody should be in prison. Like, I'd like to see like get to the bottom of that. What is this like? Okay, so that one. Although, what technology? Are we being real? Because I'm trying to work on getting technology to everywhere in the world, regardless of anything, like computers, just so they can learn and communicate and be part of the world. Like, so if it was like a computer, like, Jesus. For violations of parts, blah, 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 Code of Federal Regulations, blah, 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 counts 1 through 8, and section conditioned upon the following. Well, it doesn't say what it is, it just says. Like, what did he give? Did he give like an iPod? Like, did he give like nuclear secret? Like, what? I mean, not nuclear secrets. He wouldn't just be like, that is very vague, sir. It's a full pardon, but like, I mean, I don't know. See, I don't know whether it's good or bad. Like, say, don't commit any more crime. Waive the release of any claims denied. It's like, apologies, and you're good. Funds already seized, so he's gonna give up all the money that he got taken. What? He gave up his book rights and his movie rights. Is this a pardon or is this a guarantee of stealing his future potential? Shall not accept or otherwise receive. See, now I just want to find out. Oh my God, what? Now the feds are definitely gonna be watching. So we're gonna search his name. In all caps. The investigative project on. Oh my God, no. Whoa. I got a flash that. Nope. That's what we call a nope. Wait, what now? I hate this. Now we're gonna learn. Oh wait. Oh wait. Huh? Okay, we gotta look at it. So the investigative project. I'm so sorry. Secretly searched the Ann Arbor home of a University of Michigan scholar Amin after being accused of funneling text. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is no. I don't want anything like that. Let's see. So what is this? after being accused of funneling tech secrets to a brother affiliated with Iran's missile and nuclear weapon. Okay, so this is cause for some serious concern. Like, the criminal complaint charges so and so with interstate transportation of stolen property and fraud and misuse of visas, permits, and other documents. It was alleged that in or about June, he knowingly or they knowingly and willfully stole confidential documents and technical data for his employer and thereafter emailed those documents to multiple individuals, including his brother in Iran. It was also alleged that he concealed his military affiliation from U.S. Customs and Immigration Service officials and provided false statements on this. What? Are you kidding me right now? How bizarre. Oh wait, where'd it go? Here it is. Can I go back? So maybe he didn't do it and they were intercepted, but still, like, I don't know. I mean, but this is another one of those situations where, like, I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, give away secrets like that. That's terrible. Like, I mean, there's a reason there's a security clearance, and I'm not privy to any of that. So, like, I couldn't even have stuff like that from the sounds of it if this is that sensitive of what's being shared, like rocket technology, like flight technology, all that. No, especially if it's nuclear. Are you kidding me? That's what I was just saying as an example earlier. Like, like communication is dangerous because of how you use it. Like, same with a nuclear bomb. Like, oh, we made this for good. These chatbots for positive things, but then they end up doing these horrible, horrible things. So no, I don't want to read any more of these. I'm just kidding. Like, a lot of it is drugs, but some of this stuff is like money laundering. And part of it is like that. Every finger you point, there's three pointing back at you. I've been critical of Trump pardoning, like so, like Trump's pardons. Yeah, right here, fact check, Al Jazeera. Like, let's look at this because I share this a lot. Fact checking claims Trump pardons wiped out 1 billion in debt owed. Now, get out of here. But yeah, pardoned 24 people, erasing 1.3 billion in fines and restitution, and claims ex DOJ official. Oh no, that's okay. Sorry, I didn't understand what that was either. But so right there, he pardoned some people, and that's a lot of money. I paid all my court fines. Oh, student loan debt. Really? Like you're just telling us that if you're a certain person, you don't have to pay your debts. Like if you were convicted, of a crime that cost that much money, or like that's how much like the judgment was. If you were court ordered to pay this, and Trump's just like, nah, don't worry about it. But the Michigan student trying to send stuff like that, like, and don't get me wrong, I support Iran as a country. Like, I mean, they need to be able to thrive and definitely survive. And I don't agree with their missile program, but I also don't, it's such a gray area. Like, I don't want them to have missiles, but I don't want them to feel like they need to use missiles. And we need to calm our own selves down to where people aren't. I don't know. It's so much. It's so messed up. Like we've got generations of people not caring about other like communities, nationalities, like people, and then the people get mad, understandably so. So, anyways, now as far as this, sorry, I wasn't talking about like that for this. This is just really messed up, and so we're looking at what Mel Gibson. Well, wait, what? Who said she was fired because she opposed a pardon to restore? Wait. President Trump has granted pardons that have wiped out over $1 billion in debts owed by wealthy Americans who have committed fraud and broken the law, claims Oyer, who said she was fired because she opposed a pardon to restore gun rights to actor Mel Gibson. Oh, okay. A Trump supporter who was convicted on misdemeanor domestic violence charges in 2011. Okay, well, here's the thing with that. I would say if Mel Gibson completed therapy and showed and restitution and whatever he was ordered, I don't think that should be a life ban. I mean, one mistake should not. If he can prove that he, like red flag laws, that's the whole point of red flag laws, is the government can take your guns temporarily. Well, to make sure you don't do this, but like misdemeanor, I mean, it does matter misdemeanor versus felony. Like, I mean, any domestic violence is still bad, but like if it's like one fight with a little injury, like, it, hold on. That said, I don't know the whole story. If he used the gun, I feel like that wouldn't be a misdemeanor though. Oh, Jesus, we're gonna look up. My search history is so bad. Like the government is looking all over this. Like what? Mel Gibson, 2011, domestic violence. What did he do? Pleads guilty to misdemeanor battery, avoids jail. He didn't even go to jail. Like in Colorado, somebody goes to jail if the police are called. Anyway, sorry, I haven't gone, but it's a very sore spot. That's one person that I kind of owe an apology to. She did go, and it's like, anyways. In fact, I was thinking about, well, let's say that didn't happen to. Let's see, battery, fight he had. Okay, so just battery, like no menacing with a deadly weapon. Let's see, egregious acts hitting her and their daughter. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, this fool didn't do a single day of jail. What? He broke teeth? Sorry, I can't abide by that. Nah. Mel, you gotta go to jail, bud. Avoided jail, my arse. Like, Jesus. Hitting her and their daughter. She's holding in her arms, punching her in the mouth and breaking her teeth, verbally berating her during numerous phone calls. Wait, what? It's normal for a defendant to receive a milder punishment with a plea deal than with a trial? And it makes sense that Gibson wanted to avoid going to trial. What did he get? Now I gotta read more of the stuff. Hold on. Pled guilty to a misdemeanor charge. I'm sorry, if you broke teeth, that's not a misdemeanor. That's like serious life changing. Wait. Avoided jail time in exchange for 36 months of informal probation, community service, a year of domestic violence counseling, and $570 in fines. Sorry, I broke your teeth. Here's $570, and he probably didn't even pay that to her. How much are the dental things? Like, what? What is about this? Oh man, I didn't like Mel Gibson before because South Park didn't like it, and I generally take South Park's opinions. That's the only thing I'll trust blindly. And then if I disagree with South Park, I look into it, like, because I'm like, okay, it's fair, like, and they have to do everything, but like, do I agree with this or not? The Mel Gibson episode, I don't know if South Park would be mad at me for playing it if I don't have the sound. Well, no, YouTube Mel Gibson episode South Park, or go check it out. Better yet, um, jeez, that's no. No, okay, no. Screw you and your gun rights. You don't get your guns back. I'm kidding. That's like what I would want to say. But if he proved, oh, what are you talking about? 36 months of informal probation for beating someone so hard their tooth broke? And it's teeth, right? Breaking her teeth, not tooth. And then also like the verbally, like, that's all kind of, I guess that could be lumped up in the same like, you need help, go get it kind of thing. But it bears stating like that traumatizes people too. That's why cybersecurity and cyberbullying is so important, because verbally is still like when you're communicating through social media, you are still communicating to that person. You are sending ideas, threats, thoughts, bad vibes, good vibes, however you want to use it, respect or lack of respect. So Screw you, Mel. I don't have any respect for you. That's just like, unless, because even that, I don't even agree with that. Like, wow, slap on the wrist. Like, informal probation, okay, like, did you have to pee in a cup? Did you have to prove that you weren't drinking? Like, what's informal mean? Like, formal probation is where you call a color line, you take UAs and BAs whenever your color is called, and then you have to stop whatever you're doing or figure out some time of your day that day. I mean, it has to be that day within business hours to make it over to the testing center, pay money to either pee in a cup or breathe through a tube or both, whatever. Like, I mean, sometimes both would be called. And I don't think he had to do any of that. 36 months of informal. And see, community service. Okay, well, I mean, I wonder what he did. Like, $570. I paid like, I'd rather not say, a lot more than 570. Mel. I didn't punch no woman, Mel. That's like the messed up part. What I did was hardly to a predator, but I didn't break no teeth. That one, okay. I'm a little proud of that one, but no, I'm not. I mean, I need to forgive him and move on, but he needs to get forgiveness from his victims and move on. Oh, that's right. I was gonna add Bill Boonce. Hold on, let's add Bill Boonce. It's GitHub.io. Whoops, index. So, actually, no. To explain that a little bit, Bill Boonce is a fictional character that I'm using. It's too close to the real name, so he can't use it. And I've forgiven him a long time ago for what he did to me, but he allegedly drugged and assaulted women, and I'm not okay with that. And he needs to get forgiveness from every woman he assaulted. Which I think there's two. There's two that caught him on a phone call with cops. So there's two. I mean, that he assaulted. He knew they were drugged, and he slept with them. So I'll say that again. He knew they were drugged, and he slept with them. He made the choice. Oh, fish in the barrel. Like, I can get my needs met with somebody that can't. That's that predator mindset. And again, like with those child predators, they did. And this is different than that, though. This is like he had ample opportunities with like legit agreeable women, DTFs as we used to call them. They were down to make friendly, and you could even ask them, "Are you DTF?" You're getting consent. Granted, if you're drinking consent and this and that, you got to be careful. Like if they're inebriated, like visibly inebriated, like you got to be. It's such a gray area, and that's one thing where I feel like I need to apologize to some people because inebriated or not, like that's a is the consent good? You just hear yes, and you're like, yeah, go for it. Like you got to be careful of that too. But this was a situation where they were drugged to become this way. Whether they said yes after that, that was encouraged and coached and guided with false pretenses of a predatory nature. Like there's nothing okay with that. So that's why I'm not friends with him anymore. But I mean, and I'm not gonna stop until his victims forgive him. Actually, I gotta be careful with that. Saying that, like, I'm not gonna go and do anything. Like again, feds are watching this for sure, but like, um, no, I mean, I wouldn't break the law, first of all. And I've already done my part, and I will kind of loosely follow up on it. And it's about the best that I can do. But I'm not going to drop it. Like, I'm going to keep poking my nose into business and seeing if there are ways to find out A, if there are any other victims, and B, if the existing victims really forgive him. That's it. If they do, I'll back off. I mean, if you could prove that, I'll back. But I don't even want to talk to the guy, so I'm not doing anything, of course, until I even build up the gumption to do this. But I'm planning and plotting, and I was like passively aggressively like, saying like some things, and I gotta be careful with that. Doxing, I gotta find that one. But I didn't actually dox anything that wasn't publicly available or easily available other ways. So, and nothing useful either. I mean, I didn't like give an address. I gave a state again. Sorry, I think I deleted it. Even if I didn't, I know I didn't give specifics to where I would constitute it as doxing. Now, putting dirty laundry out, yeah, but I don't think there's a law against that. Like you could Google somebody and then it would come up. Actually, I don't know if it would. He might have had his records sealed or expunged. Huh. Well, I mean, my record isn't. It's in my police thing. I don't think they actually mentioned it anywhere, but there's a fight with me and him, and I said that's why the fight happened. So, Jesus. We're almost at 3 hours. I gotta go to bed. We're not gonna find it. That's okay. Have a good night, everybody. Um, I got a lot added. I did some coding game stuff. Um, and yeah. So, all right. Ta-ta for now. And have a good night. Actually, can we play different? Now we're just gonna play Country Cruising again. All right. Ta-ta, everybody. You have a good night. See ya.
Random fact,
No.
those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's
let's do that and then here we go. This one. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Okay. 24 seconds. Oh, sorry. It's like when you hold the door open for somebody and you say bye and then you like walk with them a while ago. Like I'm going this way too. Or you say bye to somebody and then you're walking the same way they are. And like, okay, well I guess we'll talk for a bit or whatever. Like walk fast and like get away from the situation. Alright. There we go. Alright. See y'all later. Have a good night.
Everybody come back. Sometime I'm gonna rap back that. Sometime I'm gonna up at my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime everybody come back. Sometime I'm gonna rap back that. Sometime I'm gonna up at my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime everybody come back. Sometime I'm gonna rap back that. Sometime I'm gonna up at my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime everybody come back. Sometime I'm gonna rap like that. Sometime I'm gonna up at my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime everybody come back. Sometime I'm gonna rap like that. Sometime I'm gonna up at my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime.
Now it's been about a week since a good night's sleep. I've been working on a dream I'll probably never achieve, but to succeed first you need to believe it. Life is a journey, send me out to see. It's been about a week since a good night's sleep. I've been working on a dream I'll probably never achieve, but to succeed first you need to believe it. Life is a journey, send me out to sea. Tell me why you stressing, be laid back, no question. Where we coming, where we go, but the good luck know we blessed with good friends and family. Please push out the bad in me, it ain't hard to see. I like real women with real needs. Man, I'm feeling righteous, proud I'm just a white kid. Take a tech, put it to your head, better blow if you don't like it. Well, you never heard of me, check it out like Nike. Ooh, we this small town, bumping loud with the windows. I used to play my tracks, these haters tell me turn it down. Saw you in the crowd, finger pointing like a foreman now. Oh, you see me now, I see you're still whack. Man, you get no love, but I think you know that. Your attitude is sour, I hope life gives you lemons. If you done dirt for power, you need God's forgiveness. When life gives you trouble, stuff up the knuckles, cause you can try to run away and make it home for supper. What can I say? I'm Ricky Bobby in the gates, getting so much love that I'm expected any day. Keep it strict as major pain, troubles ain't a thing. I ain't scared to fight or run away.
Struggle, you can fight or run away. I have no struggle. Relax, watch me throw away. I'm coasting on a dream. I'm coasting. This one's for you and me.
Check it out, it's like, yeah, we kick it like karate. I ain't here to chill with you though, but only you know the truth is brutal. And Nothing new though, these days I ain't myself like white men eating noodles. So, lately I ain't been on Facebook cause I need my space. But my butt tastes good, I put that shit in my face. I just need to get away anyways. As of late I had a lot to say, too much on my brain, but I'm okay. And most say you should give up on it like a cold case. It's the country way, try and fix it first. Grab the broom, knock off the snow when the dish don't work. With no shirt, I don't know why. I got plenty in the dresser, still joking I'm a jesser. Except past the lesser, my voice sounds like I can bust it under pressure. A bombshell, hidden gem, mouth full of treasure. See, I gotta find another way, motherfuck the interstate, unless I'm getting paid on stage. I bought a board game, cause I think you need to get a clue. I think it's rude that I can't trust you. Like hot women in fitting rooms, y'all all stand out because all of you were born with big titties and a silver spoon and a foreign honeymoon. We're good for you. I'm influenced by the real that's inside of me. Health food nuts, want my vitamin D. No stress, I'm here in Colorado. Ain't worry about your gang signs. Wear my hat to the side of the sunshine.
Things trouble, you can fight or run away. I had no struggle. Relax, watch it flow away. I'm coasting on a dream. I'm coasting. This one's for you and me. Things trouble.
When I went to school, I carried lights in the bag with my apple for my teacher, cause I knew I get a gift. Always got mad when the class was teaching. The minute was a session, I always had a question. I would raise my hand till I could connect with my desk and help me with my problems. It was never much. Just a drink the smell and shit, I try to speak the touch. Oh, I wish I could hold her hand and give her a hug. He was married to the man, he was a thug, his name was Lee. Drove a CD, pick her up from school, probably at 3 o'clock. I was on her top, yes indeed. I wrote graffiti on the bus. First I write her name, then carve a bus with my name last. So full of class, I seen her yesterday, but still I had to let her pass.
Things trouble, you can fight or run away. I had no struggle. Relax, watch it flow away. I'm coasting on a dream. I'm coasting. This one's for you and me. Things trouble, you can fight or run away. I had no struggle. Relax, watch it flow away. I'm coasting on a dream. I'm coasting. This one's for you and me.
Now it's been about a week since a good night's sleep. I've been working on a dream I'll probably never achieve. But to succeed, first you need to believe. If life is a journey, send me out to sea. It's been about a week since a good night's sleep. I've been working on a dream I'll probably never achieve. But to succeed, first you need to believe. If life is a journey, send me out to sea.